like the one before. Yeah, get that fake money off the desk, bro.
Gotta show them the money, bro.
I can't have people think I'm a fraud, Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be linked by association like AfroPig.
Yo.
Yeah,
I'm not cutting this out.
Good. Please get it off the screen.
He said good. Jeez.
Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Peer to Peer Podcast. Today, I'm joined with the one and only. That's you, Lo. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Oh, okay, my bad. That was a terrible intro this time.
How was that terrible? You know what? Let me run it back, bro, because you don't really be knowing how to catch oops I throw. You see the oop and you let it go for no reason. Hold on.
Yeah, cut.
Hey, yo, fan, I'm on the podcast. Say what's up, man. That's what people say what's up in New York. Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Peer to Peer Podcast. Today's a special podcast.
Hold on, wait. Did you cut off your?
Oh my! Stop!
Wait, did you cut off your phone?
Yes, bro. Yeah, it's cut off, man.
Yeah, because every single time
It's cut off, Lo.
Okay.
Trust me on that.
And
all
so
right?
if it ain't cut off in the comment section, let them know.
If y'all watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Make sure to go. That's what? I'm not throwing no more. No. I'm not throwing no more oops your way.
No, that was Pete.
Oh, what?
Why would Pete say it?
Pete, you know, right?
No, the gang.
Pete
know it.
Okay,
That's
today I'm joined with my
That's
co-host.
what I'm saying. Pete know it. They know it. Everybody know it.
For sure.
Everybody know the set.
Guess so, man. I guess that's how we're gonna have to.
I gotta get a little bit closer.
We're gonna have to test our guests from now on to see like how much pod they be
Big
watching.
facts, bro. I'm gonna get a notification bell tattoo on my chest. Big facts.
Just not happening.
Yeah, don't do
that's what I'm
that.
doing it, bro.
Don't do that. Hey, Lo, introduce yourself, man.
Yo, the podcast people, it's the one and only legend of winning, aka Lo. We back with another episode of the Peer to Peer Podcast.
Why are you doing a whole intro? Just
I'm Lo.
introduce
It's
yourself.
like, hey.
What's good with you, bro?
What's up with you?
Hey, you came here to troll today. You was ready to
what's
troll.
up? Yo.
Oh,
that's a good
jump.
Yo,
It's
but
gonna
on
be
my
bad.
left, we got a very, very special guest.
Oh, thank you.
You know, Peter with the heater. Say what's
You know
up,
what I'm
man.
saying? Hi.
You got a
How you
heater?
guys doing?
Oh, let's
was
not
gonna
talk
say-
about that. Let's not talk
anyway.
about that. Let's not talk about that.
Oh,
Let's
my
keep that in the tuck.
goodness.
Private conversation.
Yeah. You know it's legal here. Like, you could be anybody,
Oh, I thought you were.
and you
never
can
mind.
go to the store and have it in your car or your house.
Not a comment.
Yeah.
That's wow. So
It's the South, man. It's the South.
Big facts.
it is, man.
Big
It
facts.
is. It is.
Big facts. Big facts. Nah, it's yours. You go ahead and do it.
No, because you already took over. This is yours now.
No, go ahead and tell them to
This
rate
is
them.
yours.
No, go ahead and tell them to
I'm
rate
not
the
doing it.
5 stars.
I'm sitting right here.
Wow.
All right, make sure you guys rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Ah, shit.
Man, you been Pete.
You had something
though.
going there, Peter. Go ahead, tell them what to do.
What is there's like Stitcher. I don't even know what that is.
neither.
I don't know what it is.
Google Android podcast. You know your
Okay, that's two. That's
Know
two.
your lane.
Okay.
Last one.
Spotify.
Yes.
One more.
Well, obviously YouTube, but
No.
I don't know.
Apple.
Apple. I said Apple Podcast first.
But
You did?
Peter,
Okay.
we added some new shit though. The word of mouth people.
Word of mouth.
Tell
The word of mouth.
your mom.
people. Yeah, you can.
Now, before we get into the
sure you know
podcast, B Souls hit me up in DMs and he said something was wrong with his homepage.
I love hearing things like that.
Wait, who said that?
B Souls did. And this is what he said was wrong with it. Y'all take a
I could tell he's trolling by the way he's introducing it.
It just doesn't work. Yo,
Oh my God, that is absolutely magnificent.
Now, to be honest with you,
Wow.
I don't see a problem with that.
I don't see, okay, so let me just, can I describe what we were looking at right there?
I'm going to put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to
All right, well in that case,
he's not gonna do that.
you better.
He's not gonna.
Oh,
do
yeah, well.
Oh yeah, you better.
sure.
Wow, B-Souls has a really good problem on his hands.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a problem. I think a lot of people's homepages look like that on YouTube anyway. So
There's one person.
exactly, in my opinion,
YouTube was like, this is
nothing
the
wrong
only
with it.
thing you want to watch from now on, okay?
Big facts.
There's like 7 in a row, don't
I'm
wild.
telling to tweet that out real quick. You know,
I was
For
watching
sure.
videos yesterday, and I landed on this podcast I don't listen to, and I slept while I was listening. No, I just went on while I was sleeping. Then when I woke up, my entire homepage, bow,
It's the watch time, bro.
just the whole everything they ever uploaded was there. I was like, wow, that's tough, man. I guess I'm gonna have to watch these now,
bro. Big
I
facts.
guess I'm gonna have to watch these. Go ahead, and introduce us, Lo. Since it's your pod now, you don't even give me pause.
It's been like 5 minutes.
So, you know, Peter, guest, the one and only.
Wow,
with
wow,
a heater.
look at him,
You know
look
what
at
I'm saying? Before we get too in detail with it, go ahead and let them know who you is, Pete. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little life story. You know your background.
Life story.
You know,
I don't know about that.
And you can get as graphic and deep as you want to. People like that.
Like, where was you
Okay,
born? The time.
So I was 12.
Date.
No,
Whoa.
Whoa, tell us.
Never
Go
mind.
ahead, tell us.
No.
Yo.
Okay, we'll get back to that later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. First, where were you born? Time, date, hospital. What's your
Okay. I was
your
born in
sign?
Michigan.
No, wait, start with your sign
What's
first.
your sign?
Sign Cancer.
Oh, okay. All right, keep going. Michigan.
Don't know what that means.
Me neither.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, born in Michigan. I just moved here like beginning of the year, and I've lived in Michigan my whole life. Before that, I make 2K videos. Yeah.
Wow. I do that too. Wow.
No, so much in common.
We're peers now.
Peer to peer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I gave him a lob. He caught the lob. Okay. Hey, Peter, man, you have a very interesting story, man. Because, well, first of all, you're from Detroit. So, I mean, there's a lot of interesting things right there off rip. You know what I mean? Tell me about your experience in Detroit. Because I tend to make, of all cities in the world, Detroit is like on tippity top when it comes to jokes. I love to make jokes about.
That is true. That's the number one thing.
So, what was it like living in Detroit, man?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't live actually in Detroit, but you know, you gotta say like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be here right now if I was in Detroit.
Why not?
Just wouldn't have a house, be abandoned.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
electricity.
Downtown, right by the stadiums, too.
Nah, okay, so Detroit is, I mean, I've seen, you know, some bad cities in this country, but I would probably say it's the worst, you know.
As I went to Jersey City, and it kind of beat Detroit by a bit.
Wasn't there like a shooting like right by your B&B? Like when you were
Jesus.
like literally like a block or two, like, all right, yeah. So go to Detroit, you'll find a few things. There's a lot of abandoned houses because everybody's moving out. So some of the recreational activities people do is burn them down.
Oh, wow.
Just go. I'm not kidding. People just burn down houses for fun.
Definitely not a laughing matter, but the way you said it. He's like, every now and then, taking a walk, catching a bus, burning the house.
Yeah. So people do that. You'll see, you know, you'll see wild dogs.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes bears. It's just there's like actually like whole blocks that were like only half a mile from like.
So is that things you encounter, or you just describing the city? Like, what was it like for you?
Well, I didn't actually live there.
Come on,
I've
Peter.
been there a few times.
You can be honest with the people, Peter.
I mean, I've done like some volunteer work there, just terrible areas. There's just, I don't know, like everything, honestly, it's so bad to the point to where there's nothing there anymore because everything bad is like knocked down. So there's just complete empty blocks, like half a mile from downtown, and there's just nothing on it.
Yeah, I watched a video on Detroit as a city. Very fascinating. I think it's CNBC. CNBC drops some great content, by the way, out of nowhere. On their YouTube channel, they drop very great content. Besides the point. So me and Peter, we had plans to move in like LA, like last year, like early last year. So
Oh gosh, I remember that.
yeah, we were talking for like months. It's gonna be a group of people. We're just gonna move into a house. But all those plans fell through. And the most unfortunate part about that was that you had to stay in Detroit.
Yep. I knew you were gonna say that.
And I fell for you, bro. No cap, I fell for you.
Unfortunate.
So
You've been to Detroit.
yeah, a bunch of times.
Yeah, just abandoned buildings.
Everywhere.
What else?
It's a very interesting city, to say
Very
the least.
interesting.
But what was it like for you? I know you emancipated, and then you were gonna
Oh.
move, but then you didn't move, and now you finally moved by yourself and with
Yeah.
Joseph. So just like walk us through that.
So like last year, right? 2K19. This whole house discussion, I somehow ended up being in it, right? Honestly, I was just pulling the very fraction of the views I am now.
Yeah, now you're up.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen, Peter, you're up, bro. Don't be shy to say it, man. You're up right now.
Anyway, so we ended up. It was. Can I talk about like the whole process of the house?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so like maybe December, January, like there's this whole there's like 10 people in this house that we're gonna get. A lot of people, agent was kind of like the leader of it, so a lot of people were just asked to move in or just as a potential roommate. So it was like 10 people. At some point, the garage and like this.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of memes. It was very funny. We had memes that Willie was gonna take the garage.
Yeah, okay, because think of it. If 10 people are moving into a house, that means you need like a 10-bedroom house. I mean, not even so, because like all the houses, like your house is 6 bedrooms and there's 3 people. My house is like 3 or 4 bedrooms and it's 2 people. Like, you know what I mean? That's even, so not even just that, just if everybody had 1 bedroom, you're not going to house a 10.
There's not a lot of
bedrooms,
space. You guys are like, you're in close proximity. Like Lo could be as loud as he wants to. If this door is closed, I can't hear it. You know what I mean? Which is great because I could be, well, you might be able to hear mine because I have a retarded speaker system, but barely
You
though.
just yell very loud.
Yeah. Like, so we're also spread apart and Waleed's all the way in that direction. Unless I'm trying to sleep and Waleed is gaming at 4 a.m. and screaming to the top of his lungs. I've never had any issues with like, oh man, why is this guy being so loud?
Which is something I don't know why people, when we were looking for houses, I don't know why y'all weren't considering that to begin with.
It's just too many
Because
people. It's impossible.
Too many people and it's too loud. If we're all like one room right next to one another, it would just be too loud. Even though we could technically house more people, it would just be way too loud if there were more people.
Like for example, like you guys have the spare bedroom. Like say somebody took the spare bedroom, like across from Waleed's room. Like if they're streaming or like Waleed's not sleeping,
exactly,
like, whatever.
I think the TW boys had a big problem with that because they just had people moving into dining rooms and shit. So I can't even imagine how bad it was there. I'd have been like man,
actual dining.
Yeah, no cap. Okay, that'd have been frustrating to me.
And girlfriend. Like,
and the girls moved in, so it's even more heads.
That's tough.
Think like a dining room.
That's
tough. You have a girlfriend and you want to like.
Oh, how did that work?
Anyway,
no, I'm curious.
We'll get the answer soon.
I'm not gonna say anything more.
You don't have to say that. No, just tell us about like I know you emancipated and then plans flop.
What is that? What does that mean?
Okay. So basically, so I already had a lot of trouble after I got emancipated, just doing anything by myself. Because you're not 18, you can't do this, you basically can't do anything without being 18, right? So what being emancipated is like you're now a legal adult, but you're just not 18. So technically, all the rights that adults have, you should be able to do. So I should be able to
voting.
No, not like that.
Oh,
okay. But what's a good example? Like for example, if I wanted to like just go to like the dentist or something and just like appointment this and that, like I couldn't, even though I was like emancipated in 17, they would still give me like such a hard time. Like, oh, your parent needs to be here for this and that. I'm like illegal.
For real? Wow.
Yeah, and I mean the point of it is if I'm moving from like Michigan to LA by myself, my parents just thought it'd be a good idea to do that. So because I'm by myself, especially here. Like now that I've actually moved out, definitely. Wouldn't have to do that.
What did you do though? Was it just signing a bunch of papers?
Oh my, yeah. So basically, okay, so we went from like 10 people to like in the process. So this whole process took like, for me to get emancipated, like maybe 2 months, but that's like actually, doing stuff it's very, so basically like as the date we thought was gonna, come closer, I had to like, really get stuff done. And it was basically like, you have to get a copy of this thing, that thing, go to the courthouse, get papers, this, like just back and forth. And eventually you get like a court date to where like they'll determine if you get emancipated. So you have to like you basically have to try to prove to them that, you can support yourself, that you can actually, quite frankly.
That's not hard for you though.
It's not hard for me, but just in terms of like the legal process of it, just all the technicalities, all the paperwork you have to do. It's like 12 steps of just, get a copy of this. I don't remember too well, honestly. PTSD.
Word. Okay. He said PTSD. Yeah, he went through it, man.
Yeah. So then, eventually, and then of course, a court. How courts were. You gotta wait like a month to get your date or whatever. Do this and that.
Yeah. I've been delaying my court dates for a while. It's been a year.
Jesus.
What were the court dates? I know. Okay. Anyway, so eventually, I think maybe it was early February. Came up to the courthouse. Suit.
Oh, do you have to go suited up?
No, I just.
You just wanted to show him, like, yo, like,
he wants to look an adult.
I don't even need a stylist to look this good.
No, he's wanting to put on. I'm an adult, guys. I have a suit,
and only adults have suits.
Exactly.
Everybody knows this.
Exactly.
So, went there. Said like, hey, I can support myself. Like my parents supported me doing this, which makes it, I guess, easier because they were there to be like, yeah, I think he can do this. So after all the legal paperwork, this and that, because essentially, like if you have anything with a court, the lawyer handles most of it, right? So, but obviously, I didn't do that. So basically, everything possible, I had to
get a lawyer.
Myself. I didn't.
Why not?
I just looked up how to do it one day because I was like mad, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna just do it. I don't know.
Oh, word. Was it harder because you didn't have a lawyer?
I didn't even know like it was like a thing to like. I mean, you could probably have a lawyer to just do all the stuff for you, but it's not like a case kind of thing. It's just kind of like. But yeah, then the lady was like, okay, yeah, or the judge, oh yeah, you're emancipated now. Wait a week, you get a paper. And that paper was like my one thing. I had to make like a ton of copies of it because anytime, and this is me still living at home, just at that point, my relationship with my parents, they weren't really like parenting me anymore. I'm just kind of like,
oh yeah, Peter's making YouTube money. He's good.
No. That's crazy. Like in terms of I would just do my own thing or whatever. Like I wouldn't really rely on them, or at least try not to, especially because I was wanting to move out.
Did you finish high school?
Yeah. No, I did.
That was the way you said that sounded like a lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Because at 18, you should still be in school, right?
I'll be a
half of the year.
It depends.
I'd be a freshman in college. So my second I did two. So I did my freshman and sophomore year, and then my first semester junior year, which was actually so bad. Like that's 2K18 too. It's bad time.
So you were going through it.
And I was taking my retarded self took 5 AP classes. So
AP classes, no.
Yeah, because Anyway,
like a bad
after
decision,
that,
man.
I just did online, graduated early. So
Wait, that's an option?
yeah,
It wasn't for me growing up.
It wasn't for me either.
Really?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You it's at your own pace at that
So
point.
who'd you graduate with? Like you had to click a button to graduate?
Pretty much. You
That's
you
tough.
just have credits.
And they have an animated character walk across the stage, 8-bit pixels.
Everybody's experiencing right now.
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's very tough.
Honestly, I don't think I would look, even if I had the whole graduation ceremony, I honestly
It's not all that, bro.
It's
I would not care.
You go there and you're like, bro, here are hundreds of kids, probably thousands of kids I don't give a fuck about. You know what I mean?
And not only that, it's it's not that hard to finish high school. There's not. I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't know. We know a guy who wasn't able to do it.
But
Jeez.
in terms of the difficulty of other things he was doing, if I were to just only do high school and nothing else.
No, bro, high school is easy. College is, well, I don't want to say college is easy. If you're like an engineering student or something, if you're in a psychology student, bro, you could actually not try, barely study, and still leave with a degree. The amount of dumb people I knew in college was immense. And half of the people in my program was out by year 2. And then another 20% was gone by year 3. And even of the people that remained, they were dumb. Lots of them were just very dumb. Very dumb. And you realize that because you get in a group project with a guy, you're like, bro, how'd you make it this far? You're not trying. You're cool with getting a 60? What's good with you? And so it's
that's all you need to pass in high school is a 60, bro. You know how you just take the easiest classes, just enough to get the credits and have 60 is easy graduate.
Ours is completely different. 60 is failing down here.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for us, 50 was failing.
Wait, so you get a 51 in the class and
And you pass, yeah.
No, you had to pass with a 71.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh, people would have to try if it was like that in Canada.
Yeah, you had a 70 was a D.
I'm not lying. You get a 70 without really trying that. You could.
Well, no, I had to try. I'm retarded. I have bad memorization. So on assignments maybe, but on tests I'd have to try for sure.
Tests. My AP Chem final got a 50%.
Tough.
I just didn't care.
That's very tough.
That was it. That's okay, no more school. I'm done with it.
And on top of that, in college down here, depending on what your major is, you have to get an 80 or higher. As an accountant, I had to get going to school for accounting or business, something like that. With a lot of my math classes, I had to get an 80 or higher for it to transfer for my next stage.
The college credit.
What's your next stage? Graduate school?
No, if I there's 2 different accounting, accountant 101 and accountant 102 or whatever.
That's first year classes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But the only way I can apply for accounting.
Wow, that's very high standards. It wasn't like that for us. If you had over a 50, you passed. And
50 is so low.
No,
it's
that's my
ridiculous.
point. You could get a 50 and not try. You could do all the drugs you want and get a 50.
A lot of people just didn't try. I would always aim for the highest in the class. So I'd steady get 80s and 90s. There was a couple classes I got mid 70s and I was pissed about it. Because I was trying.
I got an A-. Controllers are out. Not getting controllers.
What is it? What is an A- in Detroit?
And
what percentage is that?
92 or below.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro, our A- is 80.
And also the
80s.
classes aren't weighted. So the AP class is still a 4. So my parents, if I had any missing assignments, any zeros, basically
that's
an
wow.
A-.
Yo,
no more controllers for me.
This is how it was for us. I don't know if it was the same for you. Depending on where you live, school is way harder, way easier. If you grew up in Scarborough, school was fucking easy. If you grew up in a try-hard area like Markham's, Bear, immigrant students, immigrant students, they be coming hard. Our math test is different breed from the math tests other districts had. So I always thought to myself, bro, if I just went to one of these other schools, I get accepted by any university, period.
Oh, they don't like see them that way? Because in like Michigan, it's like depending on your district, they're like, oh, it's easy to get in. Oh, you gotta get a little closer. I usually have like a shotgun mic, so it doesn't have to be like close. You know what I mean?
These are condenser mics. Oh, these are dynamic, I think. Yeah, word.
No, but,
I don't know. I'm just trying to illustrate my knowledge on microphones real quick.
No, depending on the district, I think they would, at least recognize somewhat, how hard that was. So, unlike like a shitty Detroit school, like, again, it's gonna be easy compared to like a.
Yeah, that's how it was for us too, and that frustrated the shit out of me. Because when you go to university, like the sport management program I wanted, I suck at math, and I know you don't need math for sport management. So the fact that it was a requirement for a lot of the programs pissed me off. But there was one at Brock University I really wanted to, but you needed low to mid 80s to get in. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm thinking to myself, like, that's easy to do if I just didn't live here. So I had to try my ass off in grade 12, like some try hard shit. And I'm very happy I went through that because I learned a lot of really good habits. That was the first year I had to like, I went 100%.
Yeah, I tried very hard in school. I'm not gonna lie.
You took AP. You had no choice.
Yeah,
I definitely
tried very hard.
I definitely didn't try hard in school, but the way that it's scaled here is all of the 90s are A's. Like between 94 to 90 is an A minus. 90.
You guys are just like a tier up from us. Okay.
A plus, 96 and up. What?
96 to 100 is A plus.
Jesus.
And all the 80s are B's. Same kind of dynamic with the scaling. All the 70s are C's.
So how is everyone here dumb as shit though? Like, do you guys just have really easy tests? That doesn't make sense. Because if that was our standard, I can't imagine just a whole bunch of Einsteins would be walking around. Because those were almost like if a person in the class hit 90, like we celebrated because it was like, bro, how did you do that? Type. That's what.
Really?
Yeah.
You talking about in the South in particular, or in the United States?
In America as a whole.
Well, a lot of it has to do with President Bush with the whole no kid left behind concept that he pushed for education.
What is that?
Basically, it would make it. They would grade certain kids on curves. To allow them to continue to get pushed through. Yeah.
What does that mean? Grade them on curves.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Like curving grade is like if the class average for a test was like 80 and you got like a 50, like you would somehow like get a few more points.
Why? Because the average.
Maybe not all the way to an 80.
Yeah, not to an 80, but like maybe you get like say you got a 50, maybe you get like a 58 or something.
But if everyone else did it and you can't, aren't you dumb? Shouldn't you be penalized for that?
No,
you should, but like it just the way. I don't know. Like I don't know.
A lot of time, the only time I've ever experienced it is when the entire class had failed a certain like math exam that was required in high school, and then they curved it for everybody. But I ended up getting I think I got like a high 80s, and I was one of the very few people who had an 85 or higher.
You're so smart.
And so, with math, I
want to just hop into these classes and see what they're like. Because
there's
no way the standards are that high, and you're outputting dumb people. Like a lot of dumb people graduate.
I mean, everybody cheats now, so like
I guess that too.
A lot of teachers now will also they weigh tests a lot less because it's so easy to cheat on homework. They'll make homework like 50 or 60% of your grade, and everybody copies it. So you just get 100% on that, and then you get like a C on the test, and you end up with like an A minus in the class.
It's interesting, like American school priorities. I'd be going to schools, the castles. Like high schools have. I saw a middle school with a damn stadium, low. It's like, man, what the fuck is going on here? How does middle school get a stadium? This was in Texas.
Wait, what?
And I think it was in Plano, because I was driving around in the suburbs, and I'm like, look at this stadium. I wonder what professional team plays here. A middle school. A fucking middle school put that shit together. I was baffled. And it's not nearly as big as it is in Texas here in Georgia, but you still come across like
some high schools.
I'm like, wow. How, like and y'all be having sponsors. You walk in and all the local companies are sponsored. It's business out here. It's not really school. It's really business out here, which is wild, man.
Also, a lot of schools are graded on how well their kids do. So it's in their best interest to inflate the grades.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, shouldn't it be the opposite? If a school is full of a whole bunch of people failing, shouldn't they give them more resources?
Yeah, but it's like
they're like the guys that are failing.
Yeah. So that's
tough. That's very tough.
Interesting school system. I hate school.
The fact that you said that, and I don't think like a lot of people even like register like that is how it should work. Like you got a whole bunch of people failing.
Yeah,
more resources should go to them to up their grades, but no.
It doesn't work like that at all.
So if I'm a teacher, am I not enticed to just make the test mad easy? School gets more resources.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me give you an example. So like the way certain schools or at least teachers subjects, I don't know, just the way they're graded is like at the beginning of a semester they'll give you like a pre-test or whatever, and the teachers won't almost tell me to like don't try. Like if you don't know the answer, just don't put anything or whatever. Basically hinting at the fact that we want to get a bad grade on that. So on the final, you see a massive improvement. So say the class average. Yeah.
Whoa.
I've only happened, but down here that very. I've had it before, but it very rarely happens.
And what they would also do is like basically they would say like, okay, well this is all we're doing this period. So if you guys all just don't put anything and turn it in within the first 10 minutes, you could just be on your phones the rest of the hour. So like,
wow.
Basically they want to like show, say nobody filled anything out, or say like the class average like 15% on that pretest, and then the class average on the final is like, I don't know, 80. Like schools are like, yay, like good, whatever. I don't know. It's weird.
That's very odd. We don't have those like entry standardized tests. There was only one test we ever had to do that the whole province of Ontario did. It was called EQAO. I think you did it like every 3 years, something like that. It would test you on like math, English, and everybody would get the same test. So then your high school would be scored relative to other high schools. So then when I found out my high school was fucking tied for, it was either 7th or 9th in the whole province, I was like, man, what the fuck? So then I went to some of these other schools just to see, and their scores were like, Jesus, man. Like, I don't even know. Like, if you make it out, it shouldn't count. Like, it should not count if you make it out there, bro. No count. I was feeling like, man, I'm trying my hardest over here. I'm barely making it into the program that I wanted. But, yeah, it's kind of like, it's interesting because I'm already thinking of ways to game the system, which means that people living that life have already figured out, like, all right, boom, teachers are going to give you easy tests. I'm going to look over here. There's probably plenty of ways to cheat.
Oh, right? But, okay, like, everybody cheated in school a little bit, right?
I never did.
You never cheated? Your parents are watching?
Like, if it was an online quiz, I'd do it with my friends. But in-person tests, I'd never cheat.
I like barely ever cheat on tests. But like, okay, everybody cheats on homework. That's a given. But like, literally, I could see from the back of the classroom, everybody's, got their little techniques, their phones.
Does that work?
Like, I swear the teachers are either retarded or they just don't care.
They allow that shit. They were so strict about that stuff, especially in university for me. They'd be like, don't bring hats. You can have an answer in your hat. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you'd have to take everything on you that's not your clothes and put it in like a bag, and they would lock the bag. You wouldn't get it till you left. So you can't go in there and look at your phone. You can't, your hat you brought, your coat, bro, come on, bro, put your coat on your desk. And they would have teachers patrolling. There'd be like a teacher for every 10 students and just eyeing us like this.
Really?
The whole time. So there's no, if you tried to cheat, you were very bold.
Well, you talking about university. High school though.
Even high school.
I never went to.
They did not play games.
And high school is way easier. In university, you're right. Sometimes they do have multiple teachers in there when you're taking exams, but in high school it was easy to do. Back in the day when everybody wasn't running around with phones, we would just write certain formulas on our hands or something like that on our arms.
Imagine.
Or we would keep a pen with us or a mechanical pencil and have like a rolled up.
Yo, imagine going through all that effort.
Is a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, you know also what people do when there was finals that would come around, the way they would separate it is like everybody, so like the first period, whoever had the final, the first period, that would be like the first day. So first and second period, first day, that's the final exam. So whoever had that class first period, everybody, you got to take a picture of that. You got to take a picture and send it to everybody.
Yeah,
so everybody can see.
Sometimes we would do that to you.
Wow.
Oh, you want? Okay, let me tell you a story. So there's this class I had sophomore year. It was like honors.
Don't tell on somebody though.
Oh no.
Okay.
And it was like a honors like geophysical science class, or whatever. And there's 2 weeks left of the semester. I had a 30% in the class. Got to get it up to an A, right? Now the thing with that class,
how do you go from 30% to an A?
Let me tell you, man. So the teacher, first of all, is really cool, but there's no late credit in that class. This is so bad for you. Okay,
I don't know what a late credit is.
So if you're late and you still get points,
like if I turn an assignment 2 months late, there's no penalty.
You could turn an assignment months late?
Yeah. For his class, for his class,
that
right?
made it. See, shit like that is ridiculous. Because we literally at most had 2 days, and that was it.
Bro,
if you didn't turn it in after 2 days,
damn, I remember profs getting so furious to the point where they were about to explode because 20% of the class didn't have it on time, and he was ready to fail everybody. That's what. Anytime.
It's just one teacher. It was one teacher. I've
never met a teacher like I don't even know why a teacher would want to deal with that headache.
Because imagine you have to do it all at the end.
Yeah, imagine. No. So imagine 3 months later, and he's like, "Nigga, we're done with fractions." I gotta go back and go.
That is true. So basically, what we made a Google Drive folder for we had 5 of us in the class, right? Made a group. We went in, and he was he would leave his stuff in the turn-in bin from months, or we'd have just other kids in the class just give us their old work. So we would take a picture of every assignment ever done that whole semester, put it in a Google Drive, and then he saw us doing it every class in the back of the room, just copying everything, cramming. And also, tests were only 10% of your grade in that class. So
that's retarded.
So what was the rest of it? Did you have a lot of tests?
It was all homework. All assignments were
homework
90%.
was graded?
What? Homework was, what do you mean?
That's wild.
Homework was graded?
You talking about high school, right, Pete?
Yes.
They graded your homework?
Homework was not graded.
They just checked to see if you did it. They did not give a fuck what you put on that paper.
No, I mean, okay, but that still went towards your grade when you did the homework, right?
No, it didn't.
What?
Oh, that's retarded.
Actually, no,
I would have never did homework.
But if you never did the homework, you would be woefully unprepared for the test.
Who cares?
So
shit on the test.
Exactly.
In Ontario, they had these tests that we used to do. So there would be 4 sections: knowledge. There'd be knowledge. There'd be another one. Knowledge is multiple choice, simple stuff. That's usually where you cruise, you get your brain warm. Mm-hmm. The second part is harder, you got to think a little bit questions. But the third and fourth one is application questions and thinking questions. Application questions, you would have to push your brain to the max to figure this shit out. And thinking questions should not have been real things because it wasn't things she taught us. But if you understood the fundamentals, you should be able to figure it out. So we would get to the thinking question and be like, bitch, you didn't teach us not a single bit of this. How the fuck am I supposed to figure this out?
Yeah, because you would say that to a teacher.
Well, everyone thought it though, and she knew we thought the shit. That shit used to bug me, bro. But they never test our homework.
So I've only had one class. That's my AP Chem class. I didn't do any homework because they didn't grade it. And then every test.
Are you talking about assignments though? Homework is the shit they give you every day.
Yes, they grade that every day.
Oh my God. What the hell?
So you actually have to do it.
So they have to mark it? You have to read your homework?
You turn in your homework and then they grade it and then
one person does that?
Yes.
They don't have a team of people?
No. Who's going to hire people?
He or she just rushes through it. I refuse to believe it's possible.
No, they do rush through
homework
it.
every day.
This is multiple choice. You say A, B, C.
Okay.
Are you stupid?
No, because our homework was a whole lot of different things.
No, my homework wasn't all multiple choice. It wasn't
not always multiple choice, but the homework was never some 30-page shit. It was normally 1 page and you just turned it in.
Yeah, usually.
That's wild. So what would at a percentage of your whole grade, what is homework?
It all depends.
So some classes 10%, some classes 90. So this class is 90.
I've never had a class that was 90.
Okay, so but homework wasn't separated.
So do you not have assignments, group assignments that you have a month to do?
Okay. So I think homework was 80, labs were 10, and tests were 10. So we actually did the labs when we had to do them because you can't redo a lab, right? But so I had
I would have never done anything in that class.
And all the tests,
we didn't.
All the tests you could retake.
What? If you fail the test, you could take the same one?
See, now that's stupid.
Yes. So this is what we did. This is what we did all semester, right? We would do the labs, right? And just whatever, wing it, somehow get a good grade, right? Then the tests we receive the tests and just turn it back in and get a 0, right? Because we could just retake it the last week of the semester, and we would do all the homework, and then so there's a week left of the semester. We had this Google Drive all week, just in the back of the classroom, copying everything, cramming. Imagine copying a whole semester's worth of every assignment you ever done in a week. So we were doing that.
Because I would have done that though.
Because what?
I would have done that though.
Yeah. So and the teacher definitely saw us doing it, just didn't care. And then still that bumped my grade up to an 80 something. Then I got to do the tests. I actually have to sorry. And then we would the last week of the semester just take all the tests, get decent grades on them, end up with a 95 in the class.
So broken, bro.
That is broken.
That was one class though, but cheated. That's definition of cheating.
Majority of ours in high school was 30% on tests, 20% on quiz. Test and quizzes would normally be about 50% of your grade.
What is the difference between a test and a quiz?
A test is a quiz.
Why is the school experience so different?
A quiz is a quiz that they would take almost weekly, but a test is at the end of the thing. So if you doing fractions, for example, you have a quiz for fractions of improper fractions and a quiz for fraction how to add fractions and minus fraction, multiply, divide, and then the test would be everything on fractions. Mm-hmm. That's what that would be like.
Wow, that's so tough.
So you would only have 3 or 4 tests, but I'll have a quiz almost every day. Every week. Every week. At the end of every week. And then exams were 15 to 25%. and then the rest was homework. That's normally how it went.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So for me, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I ever had if homework wasn't graded, I would have probably aced every single math, history, and I won't say science because I was bad at science regardless. I would have aced every math class without even trying because I didn't do homework to begin with, and I would still go into the test and ace it.
You would at least copy it? Like,
no, I didn't have to copy math.
But if you didn't do it, you might as well.
No, I didn't. Grade. I know. I just didn't. I literally just get fucked. I just walked in and like, nope, didn't do it, and then sat down and just watched him do the shit. Knew how to do it once I saw it like twice, and then I was done for the rest. I was just clocked out for the rest of the fucking period.
That's wild.
And so then it actually got so bad for me with math is that when I went to university, I used to do that. In university, I just didn't show up. I was like, yeah, I'm not showing up. You're emailing us the fucking PowerPoints that we're gonna go through.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Oh no, he emailed it so we could all have it when he was going with it.
Man, oh my! It's like they they don't dummy proof their shit.
No. He would email not the test.
Like the lecture.
I know
the lecture. Yeah.
If you ever did that at my university, I would be surprised if a single person showed up.
Oh yeah.
You would have to bamboozle people because some of the
you're paying like $50K a year for that.
Yeah, like my sociology teacher would say like, or even like sport finance, she'd be like, is the whole test is not lectures though, guys. I'm gonna say things in class and it's gonna be on the test. So anytime I hear her say things 2 times, I'm like, oh, that's just gonna be on the test. Let me bold that in my notes. And I was a weird kid who brought a laptop since like grade 10. And people always thought it was crazy because I had.
You're that one kid in high school that brought a laptop.
Yeah, and that one kid was
that
weird.
Kid.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't weird with it though. Everyone's like, oh, we're with it though. You know what I mean?
Well,
and
we
inspired some other students to bring their laptop too.
Because
like, if our history teacher in high school put up notes, but I guarantee you, if the note takes 1 minute to write, I finished typing it in 8 seconds. So
no, that's very efficient. I don't think we're allowed to do that. But even if you were, like, if you did that, it's like weird. Yeah.
But my teacher was like, "Oh, that's a blessing. Hey, go ahead, do your thing."
But I'm older than y'all though, so having laptops back then wasn't as accessible when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Like laptops were a thing, but at that time, all laptops were like $800 plus $1,000.
Didn't have Chromebooks.
No.
Oh, really? I bought one of those because I was like, oh, let me just get something lighter because I used to have these big laptops I'd edit on.
Shitty.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, there was like, we had this program called Top Hat, and she would randomly do like answer these 3 questions on Top Hat, and it would be like 5% of her grade, just some light shit. And I'd be furious because the Chromebook was so slow. Just opening up a browser took like 30 seconds. And the network card on it was so ass, it wouldn't connect to the fucking school's Wi-Fi. Yep. So I found myself, I lost like 3-4% of my grade just because it wouldn't open up. So I threw that shit in the fucking trash, garbage. And keep in mind, I didn't have money back then. So I was like, $200 laptop or $250, let's do it. So then when I wasted $250 and now I still need something to use, I just went back to my old broken laptop. And the frame of it was broken, so I actually had to put like a textbook on my bag here to support the display up, or else it would just keep like crashing down. This year just keep crashing down.
But they wouldn't allow us to have in high school, laptops in high school. But going back to the thing,
that's a tragedy.
When I was in university though, and I used to just not show up to my math classes, they thought that I was cheating because I would just not show up. Very rarely do homework, and in university, it's more of a they don't really care if you do homework or not type of vibe. Like they don't really care that much unless it's something that's online where you have to turn in before the next class period begins. They don't really care if you do homework or not. A lot of it's just tests, quizzes, exams, projects. That's what you get graded on. So I would not do none of my homework, not show up to classes, or maybe show like once or twice if I stumbled or something when I was reading and then come in, sit down, ace the test, be the first one out too.
Just
and walk out and then come back the next class so I can get my thing and then walk out as soon as he was handing out the exams. And niggas used to be like, oh, that's crazy.
I was the opposite of that. I was usually in the bottom 20% of people there at the end. Because I have this condition where I like to quadruple check everything. Like, C, did I make sure there's C? Let me just kind of did that. Did I type in C? Oh, okay, I'm good. Next question.
With math, I was
just in case I fucked some shit up.
Math, I got to a point, a level of arrogance where I was just like, I know that's right, and just kept going. It's like, a matter of fact, I got to a point of arrogance.
You edit the podcast. I know I didn't have to cut anything out.
I got to the point of arrogance with math where if I got to a point where I answered it and I didn't see it on a multiple choice, I would say, yeah, you did something wrong.
What?
I would tell my teacher, and sometimes I was right. I'll be dead ass right.
Your teacher would get questions on the test wrong?
Oh, that would happen all the time. All the time.
What the fuck?
Almost every test that we would get, there would be, okay, actually for number 19, C isn't this, it's that. Like, yeah,
that's happened to me a handful of times. That's it.
In high school, it used to happen where, of course I had to be in there for high school. I would show up for late in my high school math classes, but I would show up, sit down, watch the teacher like do something, and I would like finish it in my head before they would actually get to the answers because they were slower for everybody else. And they get to the answer, I'm like, oh no, that's the wrong answer. This is the right answer. And then I did it one time where it was like really, really arrogant. And then like he pulled me aside after class like, hey yo, don't do that again. Don't.
He just got
that right bitched. There. That shit you just did to me. Don't do that again. You can tell me politely, but don't tell me I'm wrong. All right? Don't do that in front of the class.
Bro, I'm not gonna. I hated school so much, dude. Like it got to the point like my, just kind of the whole time, but definitely junior year. Like the kids in the class would rather do nothing the whole class and they have a bunch of homework, socialize this and that, which I hated because when I got home, I wanted to make videos. You know what I mean? So I would hate, and that's what like draining me down because I was just so sleep deprived. And yeah, I hated school. So I don't know.
So yeah, how was that process? Like you basically having a job and going to high school?
I mean, kind of, I would literally, because I was like, I tried very hard in school. And like, especially as like, freshman, sophomore, junior, like I guess later the year, the more opportunities you had to take harder classes. So junior is when I like crashed. I was like, I can't do this anymore. But it was like very, like, that's pretty much all you did. You go to school, you come home, probably like maybe 2 hours of homework. About that. So you do that. Now I would, if I was like behind on a video or something, I would go straight to the video, and then the morning of like the next day of school, or even in the period before, I would like cram all the homework.
That right there is a move.
Yeah,
doing the homework before the class.
If I ever tell myself set an alarm, I'll do it when I wake up. I don't do that shit. Like I just know I'm gonna walk in there not doing that shit.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I would dead ass only do homework for like my first 2 periods because I knew for a fact my other periods I would just do the homework in the first 2 periods, especially math. That's all.
I
would be doing science homework and math, and I would have dared somebody to say something.
You got to think like in all those classes, we didn't actually do anything because everybody just wanted to socialize and do nothing, right? So the lesson would just be like
that right there. No, that didn't apply to me. No.
Yeah, that's just my like. For example, if the assignment and like the lecture, they would make the lecture take longer by having retarded discussions with everybody else, and then not be able to have time to do the assignment in the actual class and have that be the homework, then just, get the lecture done. You have 30, 45 minutes to do the assignment. Then you only have like 30 minutes of homework.
School sucks.
School does suck.
School is horrible. University was more fun because at least I got to study something I enjoyed. So it wasn't always brutal. It was just sometimes brutal in exam season. But high school is dead ass horrible.
School sucks, and I said it before. School sucks because you spend all that time in school
and you leave dumb every time. You don't know how to do taxes.
Exactly. You leave out of high school at 18 and you're still not prepared for the world.
Or at
16.
At all. Some of y'all don't know how to put together a resume. You just left school. How?
So yeah, some of y'all don't know how to put a resume. Some people don't know how to dress for an interview. Some people don't know. A lot of people don't. Basically, everybody don't know about taxes or saving, money in general. Like none of that shit. Like people just don't know how to.
But you know how to y equals mx plus b though.
Which is
in case you're outside thinking like, oh, this highway ramp. Let me just get the protractor because it's like unless you're a fucking engineer, you're some fucking architect. Yo, don't. So one of the happiest days of my life, no cap, was after I finished grade 11. There's no mandatory 12th grade math class. You can choose to take it, especially if it's part of it's like prerequisite for a program you need in university. But you didn't have to. I mean, I was so delighted when I was done with math. I hated that shit. I hate with a passion, man. With a passion.
No, I hate science with a passion. I think there's literally no point of science.
I just hate everything.
No, science in particular, because science is like. There's people who make shit easier for us so we don't have to deal with science.
That is true.
Science, I like science because it explains why things happen.
don't give a fuck why things
happen. For example,
I legit don't care.
When they taught me that like about lightning and thunder, I was like, wow. So I just thought it was smart as shit. I was like, when you see the lightning and you be like, well, hold on, the sound is coming. Give it 10 seconds. because I knew that shit. Because light travels faster than sound. I love learning how shit worked. But I was never great at science. It's really average.
Yeah, the one class I actually did enjoy was I took AP Computer Science, and like it kind of taught me that you could actually teach
torture.
What?
Computer science is torture designed to torture your brain into submissivity. That shit, yo, can I say something? Man, the worst assignment I've ever had was in, I took a computer science course, we're learning Java, right? Yo, we went from, he taught us a bunch of lessons, a couple weeks, boom, boom, boom. And then you click the cat and the cat makes a sound. We learned that shit.
Okay.
Simple shit, right?
Yeah.
And then next day we walk into class, he's saying, guys, you're gonna have to make Wheel of Fortune. And I'm like, what do you mean we're gonna have, you haven't taught us a single thing. So I swear to God, from when I woke up to when I slept, I was in a group call with 2 of my friends, and we would just be on Skype trying to figure out how to make this shit work. We basically learned how to do it all by ourselves because our teacher didn't teach us how to do it.
Yeah.
We basically had the same fucking assignment because we worked together on it. So every 2 hours, one of us would have a breakthrough. Like, I just figured out how to do this. Because we needed to put together a fucking full app.
Yeah.
I got like a 50-something. And one of my friends that had the same shit as me got like a 70-something. So I'm like, bro, this teacher is retarded. So imagine dedicating I've never worked that hard in my life. I swear to you. There was no such thing as a break. From the moment I woke up to the moment I slept, that's all I did type. And getting a 50 on it, even though my assignment was wavy.
Probably wasn't.
I was like, man, fuck that whole category, computer science. Because that dev was like, maybe I want to learn C++. I don't know. Maybe I want to
No. It was
I don't want to learn none of that no more.
It was very tedious, but it just taught me that, like, you can you can program anything to do anything. Like, you could automate away and, like, self-driving easy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, like, it's possible. Okay. Okay, like just from
Elon Musk just struggling with that? You got the tools?
No.
He got some good competition, man.
Like it just makes it seem like it's actually possible to do that. Like if you think of it like, I don't know, analytically, it's just like, okay, to program a self-driving car, okay, this line on the left, stay between the lines, this and that, stop at red lights, it's very simple. And you can program, okay, if you see this line, don't go over it.
No, very simple. No, it's very simple. I just see Tempe. I
don't know. It makes you understand like how like that stuff works. Like what in the process.
I see what you're saying. What I learned from computer science,
I don't care.
Was that when you fix one thing, it will break 7 more things. To get a code to run successfully green was torture because you have like hundreds of lines of code and you changed one fucking character. And then boom, now you have 9 errors. Where do these errors come from? You don't know, but you have to figure this shit out before class finishes. So if you're a great problem solver and you don't like yourself that much, get into computer science because you have to solve a lot of problems.
There's different jobs within it. Like there's the people that just tell them the coders what to do. So they're like, the actual problem solvers. Coder? I mean, I don't know.
The top coder, tippity top director.
But then no, there's the people that actually code, and then there's the people that just producing the general concepts and saying, hey, teach this computer to do this by doing this, and then the coder has to make sure all the errors and stuff are not there. So it's like there's like the dirty work, and then just just the concepts of it.
Yeah, fuck that whole concept. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel for any developers out there that had to code.
2K.
Again, don't care. None about science. Anything about science, I just don't care.
That's not really, computer science is not science. It's not that.
Anything has to do with science, I don't care. Don't care. Not even the slightest. Matter of fact, I wish it didn't exist.
I wish science didn't exist. All those medications.
I wish science.
Technological advances.
I wish science class wasn't mandatory. After like 9th grade, it should not be mandatory anymore.
He's depressed.
They were teaching me.
Oh yeah, I failed high school because of that.
You failed high school?
I had to go to summer school to finish high school because of chemistry.
So you're dumb.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so like while everybody else is graduating, you're like, bro, I'm not gonna graduate.
How'd you go to university?
No, because he had enough credits after the summer school, but he didn't have enough credits. They would let
you in at a fail. Well, your failing was a 70, so I guess. No university. Ours is a little different though. University and college is not the same.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's just that one class. The class is mandatory for me to graduate. I have to pass that class to graduate. Even if I got A's on everything else, if I failed chemistry, I can't graduate.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ours was just the average.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, no, that's wrong. But ours was a 50, though, so you can't really fail anything if it's a 50. Well, you can. You'd have to try really hard. Because the teacher would even tell you, like, hey, man, like, you just have to hand in the assignment. And he'd be like, oh, okay, I'll be back and smoke a spliff in the fucking forest. Come back smelling like weed.
I can't stand It's science, bro. It's
I just can't stand school. I use hate as a strong word. I hate school.
Me too.
I'd rather just do anything else.
Well, you didn't get a chance to do university. Is so much fun, dude.
Really? Yeah, if you do university, you probably would
it's
like
so much fun.
No, because at this point, it's like just missing. Like, okay, I guess I'm missing out on university right now, but I just would,
You're not really missing out, but you would have been like, school. Like you'd have to compartmentalize because you'd be like, high school was ass, uni was fucking a blast.
Yeah,
you know
Hey,
but
in the video, Peter said something very like racist and disrespectful.
What?
Can I add it in? Or
add that in for sure. The racist thing Peter said.
Yeah,
add it in the video.
Like, it's very un-ad friendly. Like if any advertisers,
you're gonna want to put it in. You're gonna
they'll have to
literally
fire him.
He did it so far this podcast too.
Peter, you're here in the room. Oh my God, I didn't see you there.
Hi,
Peter. Ignore what I said. Don't worry about it, man.
All right, good meeting Waleed. That was Waleed, ladies and gentlemen.
just didn't see him. Wasn't in the frame.
Yeah, he was not in the frame.
Also, didn't say anything racist.
But yeah, uni was it was dope, man. It was just dope because now you're around people that's like you because there's so many new people to choose from.
Yeah.
So you can discard all the fucking losers.
Just discard. And
I
think I'm gonna discard you.
You most likely have a whole bunch of recreational facilities always available, which is like I'd be playing basketball till like midnight, 3 hours in, all sweaty, and just walk home. And everything is close because it's campus, so you don't really have to go far to get anything you want. Yeah. And on top of that, it's like if you're into parties, there's parties every day.
He said if you're in the party.
I don't know because I wasn't, but people be like, "Oh, are you going to this?" Like, no, for the 50th time in a row.
I just feel like at this point, if I was still doing YouTube, it wouldn't be enjoyable because all of those recreational, I gotta be making videos.
But college is different because college and university is different because you don't have to. Unlike high school, you had to be there. High school, you could be there like 7 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
College, you can choose how long you're going to spend on a day-to-day basis. You can legit only go to college or university for like 2 or 3 hours a day and cut it out like that.
That's what I did, bro. I had everything scheduled Monday to Wednesday in the morning from 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So after Wednesday, I have like 4 or 5 days off. Exactly. So I just get ahead on YouTube.
So yeah, it's way easier to just schedule things around college.
But don't do it though. You're going to be in debt for no reason.
Oh no, it just at this point the time I would spend on college would like cost more than like I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, your opportunity cost.
Yeah, your opportunity cost would be way more than tuition.
Yeah,
so college doesn't matter.
Yo, if you don't know what you want to do, stay away from college because don't waste money trying to figure out. I did it for free. You know what I mean? High school, I learned I didn't like computer science. I learned I love videography. I learned creating content is dope. I learned a lot about what I did like and didn't like without having to pay tens of thousands of dollars. Because in reality, you just want to go to college to party. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because everybody else is doing it and you don't want to miss out because you're young and you want to have fun. But you can be like 28 and still in debt.
Or like 40 and still in debt.
Like, I swear to God.
Some people are like 40 and 50 still in debt.
Literally.
I agree that student loan debt should be murked, but only if your balance is less than 50,000. Because if you manage to add up a few $100,000, I don't know what to tell you. That sounds like a you problem. That's a tough amount of money to rack up, especially not being confident at all in your ability to pay it off. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's not a good look, man.
But yeah, generally speaking,
but also
horrible decision.
But yeah, if you went to college or university, the one thing that would have separated, like Agent said, is just meeting people.
Yeah.
Because when you're in high school and you're around those people, I'm not even it's not even really a knock on them. It's just like these are just the people that you've more or less known for your entire life. You just grew up around them. And so you think that y'all are like really, really close friends.
Yes.
Because y'all have like one or two things that are in common with one another.
Yeah.
But the reality is when you actually go out of your bubble and you meet new people, you start to identify with yourself way more, but also meet more people who have way more in common with you than just the few things that those other people did when you was in high school, who you claim were your friends just because you saw them 8 or 9 hours out of a day for 5 days in a row for like 10 to 12 years of your life.
Word. You peep that though, because the second you don't have a class with somebody, you don't even talk to them. If I don't have lunch with you, because we had 2 different lunch periods, he's like, I don't know if I'll see you today, man. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way, my guy.
Yeah, so, if you're in college and you go out of your way to keep up with somebody, that means you actually genuinely like you fuck with them.
Yeah, so that was like the thing in Michigan is like, you know, going back to my life story, it got to the point, you know, because I was just, you know, left in Michigan. Well, the LA thing didn't work out. But yeah, basically it didn't work out, right? They already kind of know that.
Yeah, plans flop.
So the thing that kind of sucked, and the thing I'm genuinely happier after I moved here, because I mean, we'd still keep in touch and talk on Discord and like pretty much every day. You know what I mean?
True.
So like, but just physically, or just like, there wouldn't be that many like-minded people, you know, just within vicinity of me, because everybody, and I mean, it's fine to, you know, have fun and stuff and just value that instead of like, you know, I would just care about videos and stuff like that. But since I'm down here now, it's like, I have you guys, you know, I have a lot of people around me that I guess more in common instead of just like,
and just the people here in general are more like entrepreneurship like there's more hustlers here. I bump into photographers and shit by accident, and I'm like, oh, what do you do? Oh, you do photography? Say word. Oh, you got to show me a couple of. That doesn't happen in Toronto, at least not in the suburbs where I was.
Yeah, from. Like I was thinking of it yesterday. I forget who I was talking to, but like out of my whole class, and this is just what I know about like the people there, but I think there's 400 something people in the class. Like, I don't think anybody else was really pursuing, at least very seriously, some sort of entrepreneurial thing. Like, just not that many people, very small amount, nothing that I knew of. So in that sense, it's because that's a whole different, you know, lifestyle, I guess, or just like, you know, the way you perceive things is, you know, I'm always thinking about YouTube, always. Like if I'm doing something unproductive, it's like, well, I could be doing YouTube right now. Whether as in contrast, like a 9 to 5, it's like once you're clocked out, you don't have to think about it at all.
Word. So what was it like when you finally moved here? Yeah, it was like in January, right?
Yeah. That was it was very weird. I moved with no stuff, so I had to like buy a bunch of stuff. But like the 4th day we were here, the car accident happened.
Oh yeah, you got here brand new and totaled the whole vehicle. That was crazy.
So that happened.
Which vehicle
did
you total? Was it a rental?
No, it was Joseph's like old car.
Oh yeah.
So then
that's tough.
And then
Did you get the money back for that?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Just like for the actual car, yeah. But and it's funny because, you know, I was down here before, and just the one big thing people say is like Atlanta drivers, like they're so bad,
very bad.
They're actually terrible, worst drivers I've ever seen. But like 3rd, 4th day I'm here, totals the car. So that like threw off everything a lot, and it took a while not only to do that. I mean, I knew I was gonna have to do a lot at once, because I like right before I moved out is when I started gaining a lot of momentum. So it's like I had to like do everything I could to keep that up. At the same time, teaching Joseph to edit, dealing with the car stuff. I had to go to physical therapy like every day. Just pretty much everything. I had to like keep buying stuff because I had a house with no stuff in it. Like I remember like even coming here in July, you guys were like moved in for like a month, and you guys were basically still like moving.
Yeah. Like I'm still adding shit.
Yeah.
Adding a gym right now. The backyard's about to look lit, and we're like a year in. So you'll always be adding things, Peter.
You have to be in a place for like a very long time where you don't feel comfortable with not like added things. However, it is like a lot of like simple shit. You be like, oh yeah, I don't have that. Like we like it's time when you're trying to like clean the dishes, and like you realize like I don't have a sponge or a cloth or anything to actually wash the dishes. And so like shit like that, like you always gotta pick up. But like like laundry detergent. Like a basket to carry your laundry up and down the stairs, like shit like that.
And Willie like warned me. It was like, you're just gonna end up like my Amazon account every day, like 2 or 3 things I had to buy randomly.
Yeah, I love Amazon. Amazon Prime is the best bargain in life.
It definitely is.
And I want to put people on notice. That $80 a year you spend, not only do you get Prime Video, which is surprisingly really good. It's not Netflix good, but it's really good. But I would have spent at least $1,000 on shipping alone if I did not have Prime. And it gets here in a day or two.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it still take like 3 or 4 days.
Nah, you're bugging right now because fucking Prime, man. Then they came out with Amazon Fresh. It'd be like in 2 hours the delivery comes to my house for free if it's over $30. Oh my, they're trying to keep me in my house by any means possible, man. Shit is crazy.
Any means.
Yes, sir.
You did the AMP.
Yeah, you know?
Any means possible. AMP.
Go a little lightning right there.
We got a bolt right there. I just added that, man. So you live by yourself now, or at least away from your parents. You live with Joseph. Do you like it better than like that? I guess because do your parents annoy you? I talked to some people with their parents. They can't fucking stand recording in the same house as their parents.
Like okay, so like when I was in school, they would annoy me because they kept taking away my controllers.
Like, even though they knew it was your job?
Yeah.
That's tough.
And bro, there's one point, I remember I was talking to Phantom. I was like 16, and then like that was my junior year. I had like however many missing assignments, and I used to have all my stuff in the basement, and they literally locked it so I couldn't go in there. They're like, until you get these in, you can't do any YouTube. I was like, I'm moving out. Like I said, I was like, I can't. Eventually got to the point. I mean, they were very, I guess, lenient on me recording like late, like being loud. I mean, I don't know if I.
How big is your house? Would they hear it?
Yeah, they definitely hear it. So I mean, apparently, maybe they just were deep sleepers, but there was that. But eventually, it was just like. It got to the point where I was just kind of waiting to move because if I was like when we originally were trying to move out like early 2019, like January, February, March. So it was basically a year I was just kind of in the house, just waiting to move out, I guess. So like it's not like if I was ready to move out in terms of a relationship with them, like they're already kind of like letting go of just certain things. You know, I'm just already kind of doing stuff for myself. So that last year, especially because I was emancipated, like if I wanted to like go down to Atlanta, I'm going down to Atlanta. You know what I mean? I just didn't have to like tell, like it's kind of the relationship you have now where you just kind of.
Me? Well, my parents are across the world, so they wouldn't know when I went to another city.
Yeah. But that's true. I don't know. It's not that big of a change, to be honest.
Is Joseph annoying to live with?
Not really. Just kind of, he's kind of like low. Just stays in. You did give me good advice. You know how like my house has this like room up top. I had like two options to put my setup, but that was the farthest from Joseph. So basically, me and Joseph, if you guys don't know, he's my editor. He
and your friend Peter. Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
God, wow.
Joseph,
my
like
closest friend.
Joseph's like, that's it? That's all I am to you?
Fact, no. So we're on like separate floors basically. So basically, like your house is very he could stay downstairs and just wouldn't.
Word, yeah. That's why I didn't want to pack a house. Yeah, when we had those house plans to move in, I was not on the let's add more people list. I was like, stop, because I live with 4 people. 4 is a lot, and you want to put 10 heads in there. Telling you, ego's gonna clash, and we're gonna get very angry at each other, and there's not gonna be any distance. You're gonna be right beside me while I'm angry at you. When you walk into your room and then you sleep, and you brought that bitch over for the 12th day in a row, I'm gonna be right there next to you, furious, because I'm supposed to be fucking recording right now. And you knew that shit, man.
So who was trying to add more people?
I don't think anybody was particularly
Davis,
trying.
for sure.
Davis was trying to.
Yeah.
Davis was trying to add more people.
They were trying to add way too many people.
They were trying to add more people. Even when it was supposed to be us 4, I was hesitant to do just 4 between Agent Davis, Waleed, and I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling that because 4 people seem like a lot, and the only way we can really pull off 4 people is if we have a big enough house to do that, and that's gonna be really difficult to do.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a family where you could get away with like a 3 or 4 bedroom house with like 4 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very challenging to find a house with oversized rooms. You had to type that on Zillow, oversized, because when in a regular single family home, the main right now big, everything else is fucking tiny because they just assume a kid is gonna be living there.
Yeah.
So there was a few houses we found where all the rooms were big, and I was like, oh my god, I dead to the point where I started to do research to see how hard it'd be to just build my own home. Answer is very hard.
Well, you're not gonna move down here. You wouldn't be down here now.
Yeah, exactly. Because it'd take over a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting process, but you don't really need a lot of big rooms though, because Joseph is not recording. So you're the only one who needs a recording room, and then your bedroom, his bedroom, and that's it. And your house is like the perfect size for 2 people.
Yeah,
if it's any bigger, then it kind of feels like there's empty space, and then if it's any smaller, you might feel too congested.
Yeah, every like he has his 2 rooms too. He has his office.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like perfect.
What do you do in his office? I guess edit.
Yeah.
He separates his editing and his
stupid.
because Willie just edits and he had an option, but he preferred to.
He said, "What does he do in his office?" Of course, he edits.
He edits, plays PS4 stuff.
What's he doing in his bed? Just sleep?
Yeah, he's stupid.
That's what I only go in my bedroom to like sleep. Pretty much.
Word, me too.
Yeah,
I'm here all day. And when I
day.
sleep, sometimes I sleep here because I'm too lazy to get up.
Yo, in Toronto, like he had a couch and he had a bedroom in his house, and like he just slept on the couch.
I slept on that bed a total of 4 times.
It is wild.
And only when Waleed decided to bring millions of people to the house at 3 a.m. Waleed just ran around like it was his house or something. Because it'd be 3 a.m. I'd be like, Waleed, you know I'm sleeping at 3 a.m. He comes with like 12 people. He's like, oh, no, we're going to be quiet. We're going to the basement. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They'd be so fucking loud. I'd be like, all right, I got to go to the bedroom. That's the only time you convinced me to go to the bedroom, man. Because that couch is comfy as shit, man.
You just slept on the
Good old day. Good old lazy agent days, man.
Yeah, but I'm definitely happy with the way things worked out. Everybody's got their own space. Like, say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Like not as like we would all move together, but there's 7 people in 3 houses. Everybody has plenty of space, and everybody's very close.
See, and so that's what I said in the begin with. I said that why don't we all just get townhouses and be right next to one another? That's what I had said. Or just get houses that we're so close in proximity that it's easy for us to do whatever we need to do.
Yeah, because that's very convenient. Like the car's in the shop right now, but he just picked me up and just
exactly.
Like, yeah, you know he's a mile away, but it takes 10 minutes to get there. That's retarded.
It's so dumb, and I will petition to build the road.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those houses where you should take a helicopter because the roads takes the very long route. I'm gonna order a helicopter. That's one of my dreams, by the way. 4 cities, you know my 4 city shit, and a helicopter. LA, Toronto, Virginia.
Virginia. Forgot about that.
And New York. Wow, Atlanta's not in right now.
No. But you had that dream before you moved to Atlanta, so
the cities are gonna change based on how I'm feeling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's what I was saying, that we should do what we're basically doing right now. So I'm happy we're doing that, where instead of all of us in the same house with one another, we live so close to one another right now that it's nothing but like a 15, 20-minute drive from one house to the next, and we can all relatively still do what we want to do. Y'all and you and Davis are so close that y'all see each other more times than I see this nigga, and I live in that same house. So like that's easy.
We see each other daily. Don't cap like that.
No, we do not see each other daily.
You actually don't?
No.
You don't.
He's capping.
Wait, but isn't your bathroom upstairs?
He leaves that. Okay, never mind. I can't.
Oh,
yeah, you're right. It cut that out long.
Hey.
I don't even know what you was about to say. I don't even know what it is. Why was the?
I was gonna say you leave.
Why did the
late night? You leave late night, and then that's when I come upstairs and I take my shot.
Why was the door to the bathroom by my bedroom jammed? That shit was jammed. I was pissed. I had to walk around. I was like, did I just waste 20 seconds?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I did.
That's actually wow. You guys don't see each other
jam that
day.
shit, bro. I'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, we don't see each other, you know.
Yeah, we do. He's lying.
Recently, we seen each other because we cleaned up the house. We watched 90 Day Fiance.
My glass show fell off. I just didn't have the urge to watch anymore. I got to like a certain point and like me, Davis.
I'm enjoying the shit out of season 4
I'm enjoying
right
as well.
Really?
Yeah.
And the podcast, but like next
you're
week,
watching it with Davis. It's not nearly as fun with Davis.
Exactly. When we next after this podcast, I probably will have no reason to see this nigga until we do the next podcast.
That's wild.
No, because we're watching 90 Day Fiance tonight.
Okay, when we get done with 90 Day Fiance, we'll have no reason to see him.
Hey, there's a new show for us both.
No.
That's wild.
There's a new show for us both, man.
And he knows that too. He just capping. I dead ass don't see this man at all. There's literally days will go by where I don't see him.
Oh, that's true.
But see, if you guys were in a house that was like way smaller or just smaller per person, you see each other every day, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you're in like a TW house, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how the house is, but if it was one house,
I wish I put up to that new house they had before.
That house was so nice.
I've never even been in a house that big before.
Facts.
There was
try that shit out.
There was a house that I was looking at that I really really wanted. That downstairs it had its own kitchen and it had its own bathroom. And it had its own exit outside.
So you could just never have to talk to him.
I would never in my life. I would only come upstairs.
You have that right now, man. You have an entrance to your basement.
No, but I have to like climb up a hill to get to the entrance.
He's like,
you're acting like it's not like a 2-meter distance between the garage door and your dungeon door. You just head down there immediately.
Oh, that's true. That's true. No, what I'm saying is the house up the street where we was about to put all the money up front, and I showed you where the house was at.
Yeah,
that house. It has a full kitchen, like already refrigerated down there, already a dining room table down there, already sink, microwave, all that stuff. Has a bathroom, full bathroom. Has a chimney down there. Everything was already down there, and the downstairs was going to be furnished.
Is that the racist one?
What?
No.
How's the house racist?
No, the people
the street
who
it was
on.
Yeah, this is the South. I'm not gonna lie. Like, especially where definitely in Toronto, but even in Michigan, like people just like aren't racist.
People.
It's like it's like compared to here though. Like
here they have like old school slavery here. They got new school slavery in Toronto. Racism.
What?
Racism. They got new school racism in Toronto.
What would you consider like new?
Like the Korean dude following me around the fucking convenience store. The Asian lady vacating the sidewalk because I was walking on it as if like I was watching. I no pit bull with me or nothing. It's just me. I guess I was scary enough to have her vacate. And there's no sidewalk on the other side. And she came right back afterwards. All of that shit, bro. And teachers, a lot of the teachers, Greek teachers hated me.
Greek
teachers? Yeah, my 5th and 6th grade teachers. Nah, they were from Greece.
Oh,
and the polyamorous. They always have the "is" at the end of their names. And yo, for like 5 years of my life, I hated everyone from Greece because of those teachers. They left a horrible imprint on me. Because they hate, like, in grade 6, they came up with this retarded thing called, like, ambassador. So randomly, some goofballs can come into the classroom and are supposed to exercise for 10 minutes, right? And they would play music and we just exercise because you had to be healthy and shit, right? So the teacher was doing the drills with us, and I was like, "Oh, is that how you want us to do it?" And then she got so mad at me because I'm sarcastic as fuck, right? And she's like, "Ooh, why you always have some negatives?" She just went off on me in front of the whole class. I'm like, "Man, I hate you and the country you're from with a passion, bitch." I dead ass hated her. She trying to get me suspended for no reason. I was a good student.
He's a good student.
I was an average student. I just got B's, a whole lot of B's. So anyway, she, once I was 12, grade 11, grade 12, I was like, it's probably not everybody in Greece like that. But still in the back of my mind, it might be everybody in Greece like that. I'm not sure. I haven't been to Greece. It looks like a beautiful place, though. I'm going to have to go.
You guys had a terrible process of getting your house. I forgot about that.
Oh, it was brutal. Horrible. Yeah, no doubt.
Like, I would have just now been, I don't know how many months.
You know how lucky you got, Peter? You have no idea.
1 for 1.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
1 for 1. First house I applied to.
You know you have to be 1 for 1? You have to be 30 years old or more.
Well, my dad co-signed, so.
No, still.
Even still.
So you'd have to be 30 and up, white, and have a wife. Especially if you have kids, but if you don't have kids, even better.
Yeah.
If you have a wife, you're 30 and white, we'll give you discount. We'll give you discount. No, don't go nowhere.
Discount what?
Like, and we was offering to put up all the money up front for the year.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We were trying to convince them, like, yo, we're gonna take care of your house. You order maids this amount of time, like this. Yes. All our credit was blessed. It's not like we had any risk there. And no. We had to come up with
bank
lies.
Statements and all that shit.
Yeah.
And they were acting like we were buying a house. They wanted to see. They were acting like we were literally buying a house. Wanted to see the credit. Wanted to see our rental history. Wanted to see tax returns. I was like, we're just renting. That, like, all y'all should want is bank statements, renter's history, and credit, and that's it. But they were asking for like a whole bunch of shit just for them to still say no to us.
There was a house that was blessed, by the way. It had one of those oversized rooms. The one on the one on I think it's called like Roswell something. Do you remember the one that made us write them a letter as to why we should be in the house?
Yeah.
I dad wrote them a fucking letter. They still said no. I was pissed about that.
They just wanted to boost their ego.
So some of these houses are still on the market.
Still, yeah.
That's
so
the
thing that pisses me off. A year later, they're still in the market, and we're in the middle of a crisis, and they can't.
And we're still paying rent. You would have loved to have us right about now.
Lost
them.
Tens of thousands.
Yes, they lost over 40,000. Still on the market. These are big homes, and the rent was, for the most part, we got really lucky with this house, but it was running like around 5,000 average, like anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 a month for those homes. And in Atlanta, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So
it's cheap down here too. Yeah, it's actually cheaper than where I lived in, bro. In Michigan, like a studio, like my parents took me to just see apartments one time just to like get a perspective. Like a studio apartment was like $1,100 a month.
That's still really good. Okay.
That's good. Really good. That's well. First of all, you're from Toronto, but compared to down here, like with how much your house is, like just think that's one room for $1,100, and then your house, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild.
So that's
a studio apartment out here would go for like $7,000.
Depends where. Depends. They really only have studio apartments in like what, Buckhead or downtown?
No, they have studio apartments in the south side as
Seriously?
Well. Yeah, it's about $700.
Yeah, I can. If you're in the south side, it's already mad cheap.
Yeah, big facts.
But yeah, that was a horrible process. Lo had to drive like 3-hour round trips just to see a home, just to get rejected the next day.
Yes, literally had to drive from down south up north, see like 3 or 4 houses, just so only 1 or 2 of them would be acceptable, and then go through the process.
We had to pay for that too, by the way. Anywhere from like $20 to like $40, $50.
Yes,
no, to put together application.
Still had to pay for the application fee just for them to still tell us no.
Yeah, and I love getting those phone calls where they're like, oh, so now we're interested in having you guys now, after saying no because the person they were talking to didn't.
I had a realtor who I was trying to deal with.
Is that the one they wanted to fuck?
What?
No.
Okay.
I had a realtor.
Wait, you did tell me about that one.
There was a realtor Lo was fucking with that wanted to fuck. I was certain about it.
Ridiculous. She was sending me emojis and stuff like that too, and I was like, "This is supposed to be a professional relationship. I don't understand why are you sending me emojis." But it was another realtor who one of the houses I went to go see, and I saw it, liked it, and wanted to wanted to be in there, got the applications and everything, and they still denied us. Jesus Christ!
What is that?
No,
it's dust.
Still denied us, just for her to then turn around 5 or 6 months later, call me back and say, hey, y'all still looking for something?
5 like, you got me fucked up.
No,
6
I'm not.
Think about who we were. We were people that were paying the whole year up front, which almost never happens.
Exactly.
We were people that you weren't gonna have to worry about money. Credit was good. You could have called my previous landlord. You lived with your parents. You could call them too, and they would have had good reviews.
And also, you guys were like looking for like big houses with not a lot of people.
Yes,
so
and those big houses don't get that many offers. Some of them just sit there for months, man. So it's like we were the perfect candidates, except we were black and had a lot of money, and so of course we had to have been selling drugs. That's every conclusion they came to was like, what kind of drug is it? Is it heroin? I don't know. If it was weed, maybe. It was like we shouldn't have to go through all of that. It's such a fucking retarded system, man.
Davis went 1 for 1 too.
Davis went 1 for 1. No, he went 1 for 2. Yeah, there was a house he wanted.
He was the one who won more.
It was a house he wanted before that.
Wait, did he apply?
He said he did, but
I think he also had his parents co-sign with him as well.
I don't know.
Davis got even luckier than you did. Davis had no business getting that house and he's moving in with a dog too.
And he told them about it.
And it's a big dog. Having a big dog murks 80% of the prospects. Yeah,
I swear,
brutal. So Davis got even luckier than you did, which is crazy.
Wow. But maybe you guys just got
credit. You have credit, right?
I have credit and it's good, but it's only like however many months old.
See, that's even worse. Both me and you were working on our credit. I've been working on my credit for years up until that point, and you had credit. You had years worth of credit as well. So it's not like we were even. It was irritating. So it just got to the point where it was like no other reason that I could understand why we weren't getting these houses except for we black. Like there's just no other reason.
Yep.
Because the amount of money that even at that time, the amount of money I had saved up. It was just like a ridiculous amount. The fact that it was so much, just I ain't gonna say the amount, but just
say the amount, man. Let the people want to know.
But it was enough for the option of paying the entire year up front was available. That's how much money we had saved up at that time.
Yeah,
and the fact that they were
still
on like a low key flex, I could have bought the homes. I could have just bought them shits with no loan. Give me your house. What's wrong with you? I had to look how great this room looks. Aside from like the hole I put right there that takes like fucking $50 to fix, the home is in great condition. They're gonna get their rent every single month. And we're very reliable tenants. So what a infuriating. I started looking at options to buy. I'm gonna eventually buy probably in the next year. But it's like, it shouldn't have had to get to that point, man. No cap. So shout out to the people who own homes that rent out that don't immediately judge based off of color and age. Because I understand to a certain degree age. Because a lot of younger people, they just be throwing parties and shit, especially in a big house.
God.
Come on. I'm telling you that I do YouTube videos. Do I look, well, Jake Paul gave everybody a bad image. But he made it way more harder for us to get home.
That's a good topic. Like, people that ruin things for everybody else.
They just be ruined. Jake Paul is setting shit on fire in a fucking swim. What the hell is wrong with this guy? So then when they type in YouTuber and the first thing they see is Jake Paul they were trying to evict him from his home because he was breaking every rule. Then they're gonna be like, oh, he's probably the same, this guy right here. I'm not the same, man. But I might throw a controller. That's the worst. I'll fix it.
Only difference is, again, we were saying putting up the entire year up front. And there was plenty of people.
I was saying that too. I was like, I don't care. I just because I was prepared for the worst. And it's worse because you were down here. I would have to fly down here every weekend to you know what I mean? That would have been so AIDS.
Yeah.
So I was very, very fortunate to do that.
On top of that, we would offer more than what they were asking for. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
If the house was 4,200, we'd be like 40, 45. Let's do 45.
So sometimes we would have to do that, but it was still kind of hesitant because you didn't want to seem like you were just trying to. I can understand to a certain extent why some people was like, yeah, no, because it does sound weird for something to be like, actually, we'll pay you more. Like it's something that may come across as weird, but there were literally processes where times where we found a house on the phone after getting done with the realtor, the owner would say yes. They would see our bank statements. It was still a yes. They would see our credit. It would still be a yes. They would see our rental history. It would still be a yes. And as soon as we had to send over personal information like ID and social security numbers, all that other stuff, that's when it would become a no. Yeah. And at that point, there's nothing else to even do it. Like we were literally in the house that you're referring to was actually it was in Sandy Springs, but I think the street was called Roswell or something like that. But the house that we were looking at, literally went through everything, was a yes, and it was a great house. Even to this day, I think that was
like that was my favorite one after this one.
Top 3 to top 5 house that we had.
Yeah.
And the fact that like they just said no, even though this is, and it just so happened to work out because the house we're in right now is easily the best house.
Not only the best, but for the best price.
Yeah, for the best price.
You guys actually like
in the best area. Like, oh my God, we got like after like you looked at over like 30 homes.
Yeah.
And we don't like called probably 100 times just to see what we could make happen. And we probably put like 15 offers together.
Yeah.
And of all of that, just so happens we got the best one.
And it just so happened that this was the house that was like literally a week before we were going to front somebody the entire year's worth of money.
Oh, I forgot that shit. We was really about to do that.
We was literally about to front the entire year's worth of money up to somebody, to a whole house.
That wouldn't be a problem. That wouldn't be too much of a problem.
It's not that it'd be a problem. It's the fact that that's a lot to ask.
It's a lot to ask, and we're still doing hula hoops and jumping through a whole bunch of other extra BS for you just so we can get a house. And we're still putting up the whole year up front. But we were so close to doing that. This house just came on the market, and I was so certain that this was the house. Literally, it came up on Monday. Tuesday, I drove all the way from the south side all the way up here, which on a good day is an hour drive. On a bad day, which that was a bad day, hour and a half, almost 2 hour drive with traffic. Then got here, like briefly just look at the house. I was like, okay, no, this is it. Talked to the realtor and was like, yo, we got everything straight. Our paperwork is already ready to go because we've been looking at houses. I want this house. I'm going to get back on the south side of town. I'm going to email you with today the stuff, and then if we can get approved, we can have it done. I can have you all the money you need by Thursday.
Yeah, and the landlord's been like super dope.
Yeah, he been cool. Yeah,
I had not a single problem. Well, except like when I was telling him like, yo, it's impossible to get up the driveway, and then he was like, try putting 2 planks on, and I was like, that's not really a fix. But we found a creative way. Like aside from that, like blessings, man. So Davis got incredibly lucky. You got lucky, and then after all our misfortune, we got lucky too. And we all live really close to one another. So
yeah, I actually I enjoy that very much.
Would you have moved in this area if we weren't in this area?
I mean, I was open to it.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, like I remember talking to Davis. I was talking to Davis because like he's been
moved to Georgia. Would you have done that?
Probably not. Well, I wanted to move out of my parents. Michigan, depressing. I hate winter.
I've been there. Trust me.
It just it made the most sense to move here because I didn't want to be in a place with winter. I hate winter. I hate cold.
You'd probably still be depressed if you went to LA. You know that whole state is depressed.
Yeah, and also especially now, they're on lockdown for 3 more months.
Oh, depression. Well, we should be too. I don't know.
We're done. We're number one on this right here. We're done with it.
Governor wanted to be number one so bad. He just opened everything up.
Corona's over. He's like, okay.
Starting with the bowling alleys and the gyms. He said those are up first.
And he was like, I guess Corona's over now. He's like,
fuck it.
Big facts.
Yeah, because I guess I know people in LA, but I'm not really close like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
It's also retardedly expensive. So this is definitely the best place to move. But yeah, I was just talking to Davis because he's lived here. I don't know if that was the best. I mean, yeah, I trust Davis.
He grew up behind a gate though. That's not. I wouldn't.
No, I'm just asking. What would be some good areas just to look at?
Oh, that is not the right person to ask. I'm not even memeing. Yeah,
he's the worst person. But he still told you a good area though. It's not like he didn't.
Where did he tell you?
The area he's in right now.
Yeah. This was one of them. There's like maybe.
Okay, but the area we're in, there's plenty of bad areas in the area where we're just having to be in the good part of it. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm pretty sure he just told him like the city that we're in.
That's so vague though. There's plenty of not good areas in the city we live in.
That is true, but you think he's gonna know out of this city where?
Yeah, so I'm saying you probably could ask somebody a little bit, but whatever.
I mean, but I also know that if you guys live in this area relatively, then
exactly. Yeah.
No, bro. Like 2 minutes from here is like area. I wouldn't bring my M4. That's how I decide if it's a bad area. If I wouldn't bring my M4 there.
There's not an area 2 minutes from here that you would.
I cap. It's like 5-10, but still.
Yeah. So I mean,
no area 2 minutes from here. No, it's not.
There are some houses. I mean, just within the area, but a little farther from your house that we were considering. But like just the one we ended up getting was just very close. So
where was that? Oh, that was the one you went with lead, right?
What?
You went with lead to that one?
Oh yeah. So you were there like the first day you moved, right?
No, with the house you have now, not with the first house you're looking at.
Wait, what was the first house?
Yeah, bro. You and Lee went to look at a house, and I remember he was like, "Oh, that one was not it." Y'all both came back depressed because you knew you only had like one more day to figure this shit out.
Oh yeah, I think I know. Yeah, that's true. Bro, really, it was like a 30-hour. It was December, so you got to be on your shit, bro. We came down for like 30 hours, and I didn't sleep the whole time. Just houses all day.
Yeah, helpful Lee. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help you look for a home."
Yeah.
30 hours. Yeah.
Spent the whole day doing that.
How you did help a lot, especially because we had the worst. Okay, so this is another thing. How you're talking about like age.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we came down here, well, first of all, there's no way to rent a car if you're 18, except for like this one. Should I say it? Free sponsorship?
Turo?
Yeah, Turo. Okay. Anyway,
You can on Turo.
But no, there's another way. But
there's another way. It's U-Haul. No. I swear.
There's also another place you can rent it, but you have to have a bill in your name, and you have a debit card, and they charge you like 3 times as much as the actual.
No,
thing.
so it costed me like $180 to rent the worst car you could possibly imagine for like 30 hours. It's just because I'm 18, the underage fees are up the ass.
I hate that shit. It should be illegal to discriminate based off age like that, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's discriminatory based off age. Any other metric, you can't discriminate by gender. Actually, they do it. Insurance companies do that too.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, females get better rates.
Being an 18-year-old male is like the worst possible.
Yeah, they're like,
insurance.
what? Oh, he's destined to crash. Then you
Yeah.
came to Atlanta, bro.
It did crash,
And you did.
It wasn't my fault. Wow.
It wasn't your fault, but
Yeah.
you got into an accident. Yeah, no cap. I had to dodge. I'm not even exaggerating. I have to dodge. If I'm not anticipating it and moving out the way, at least once every 2 to 3 weeks, I'm dodging an accident.
That's
and in my
wild.
car that I care so much about. So it's like there's pressure on me not to fuck it up because they can.
And it's almost like a part of the culture here, because I swear on like the highway, on the billboards, there's so many like, next stop, big settlement, $2 million for your dead aunt. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
every ad is. Did you get in an accident? Because you
like
you did.
and it's
Wow.
crazy. It's like part of
The accident you got into 3 years ago, talk to us about it. We want to help you win a lot of money. And it's like, Jesus, man.
And
I
they
think that's
get
a
a lot
southern
of
thing, though.
like, if you help someone $2 million, you know how much that law firm is getting?
Someone would have to die for the money to be that much.
Yeah,
Either
yeah.
die or be paralyzed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that it may be a southern thing. But I still feel like more people should like really consider moving to Atlanta.
People are.
Yeah.
Cause like, to be honest with you, I feel like it checks off all of the boxes. It's very reasonable to live here in contrast to a lot of other major cities. It is one of the more major cities. There is a lot of stuff going on here, and it's extremely convenient to get from one side of the city to the next without like having to do anything crazy. Like I know
the
in
highway.
LA, huh?
Just the highway.
Yeah, exactly. But you can even, there's ways you can get around from the city without even touching the highway. Like I can go from here all the way to my mom's house without ever getting on the highway.
That'd be the
way
longest
slower,
way on
way
earth
slower.
to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. It depends on how. Yeah, if I did the entire way, no highway, you'd be slower. But it depends on how bad the traffic is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why more people should just really consider that, especially people like who doing YouTube, where people just default going to LA. And I'm like, the stuff y'all doing is at the house.
Yeah,
So
like
just-
especially with stuff we do, like this number one, I guess the number one thing for moving, especially if I'm moving out of Michigan, okay, out of every place, it would be people. So like know the most people down here
And the weather. Wow, that's the main
weather.
reason I moved. Weather and
Yeah,
taxes.
weather.
No, definitely. Well, I mean, there's no difference between this and Michigan, but like, yeah, I did not like. There's like almost a line you can draw in the country where there's like no winter. So below that line, because I remember. So basically, it came down to the plans, because everything was just falling through. Like there's like a week where everything was just going wrong, and it came down to like we didn't even know about LA anymore because there's just so few people. It was literally like at one point, like it was me, you, Davis, Phantom, and Waleed, and then like Phantom didn't want to, and then Davis was like, well, I'm not trying, and then it was like it was just really weird at that point. But like there was almost a line you could draw. It was like LA, Dallas, Houston, also, or something like that, or like Seattle, just places without a winter that you could just draw.
Word. Yeah, I did not have a
hate
winter
it.
this year. It was incredible.
I hate it so much.
It was incredible. Having no winter is the greatest. Yeah. Yeah, but that's why I believe everything happens for a reason. Because now the thought of living with Davis makes you want to kill myself.
Wait, why?
Imagine
he's
living-
young.
Yeah, Davis, his ego is so through the roof that he would we would fight about everything, bro.
But it's not even that. It's just that he's young.
You guys do fight. I forget how much you guys fight.
I don't fight with Lo
I'm not
about
gonna lie,
shit.
me and Phantom used to fight a lot on Discord though. Like
You
not
guys
nearly
just
as bad.
You guys are just mean back and forth though. It's not. We
No, we would be
would
like
dead fight if
pigs.
Davis lived here though.
Yes, we would.
Because he would break too many things with his torque every time he walked. No exaggeration. He just break too many things. He's so reckless when it's not his. Even sometimes when it's his things, that I'd be like, why are you moving with my shit like that? Be careful, bro. Like, what's good with you?
No, it's not. It's that, but it's really just he's just too young and he's never had any type of responsibility. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And you can like just tell the way that he does things. Really, the way all y'all niggas do shit, dead ass. But the way that he does shit, particularly, I'm like, yo, you're just retarded. Like, you're retarded.
Davis is such a funny person. Like, just like the way he drives is actually so. Okay,
yes, everything he does.
You're a brake slammer, by the way.
Huh?
I was behind you the other day when we were shooting the AMP video, and I was like, yo, why am I slamming brakes? Is the guy in front of me? It's probably the guy in front of Lo. I know Lo's not a brake slammer, but you are. You hit the brakes kind of hard, my guy.
My brake.
Okay, I don't think he's gonna care. I don't think he's gonna care about this. But we were on this road. There's like a windy road. It's like basically in between our houses, right? And like he actually like lost control in the car. And
in an all-wheel drive Tesla?
Yes, like with traction control, he lost control and like he got back on it. But like it was actually like it's just funny to me how like. I don't know. It's actually hilarious.
But that's how when he crashed his Tesla in the ditch. Like it was funny when it happened.
Hilarious.
So funny.
But it's like the stuff that happened afterwards. I'm like, I'm so happy I don't live with Davis because he's just retarded. He just does things that are just retarded and it's dumb
on a consistent, regular basis, man.
On a very
I think I could live with
basis.
Peter. Peter's more like reasonable. Yeah, you're reasonable, but Davis is unreasonable and.
No, I'm gonna keep it a beat. I don't think I could live with anybody who's 18.
No, Peter is not 18 though. Like he is 18, but he's not 18 though.
I was like, he's clearly 18.
He is 18, but he doesn't. He doesn't act like 18 though. Yeah, no,
Really?
I don't think I'd be bothered living with Peter. It'd just probably be annoying when I walk in the hallway and then you want to talk to me and I'm like, I'm not.
Oh,
trying
he
to
just
talk to you right
doesn't talk. He just doesn't
Yeah,
respond.
that'd be the only thing.
No,
but-
I'll be like that too. That's why I'm like, I don't want to live with no 18-year-old.
Well, 18-year-olds are too social. You just not talk.
Nah, just people
Y'all
in
just
general.
18.
Social, man.
Y'all retarded. You're 18.
Nah, he's not retarded though, bro. He's not. Davis is genuinely like, bro. I don't even know how he
Yeah,
makes it through
Davis
the
is
day. But
genuinely retarded.
Peter,
Davis
like,
is hilarious,
Peter knows
bro.
how to walk without falling. Peter has a car and he's not gonna crash it immediately. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
maybe within like a couple months.
It was a couple months.
you're gonna have to get better at dodging. That's a skill you had to.
Okay,
learn
no,
in
but this is the
driving.
thing. I tried to dodge. You can't dodge that.
No, what you went through. Not that you
can't.
dodge it, but you have to anticipate retardation, right? If someone's doing a right turn and I'm in the further lane, I'm still thinking of like, if he does do something wild, how am I gonna get out of this? Either slow down, speed up, or move to the next lane. I always, every time I'm like
He's turning left, so I can't really like. He just actually goes. Like,
yeah, I was in a car with my mom when some random Indian guy did that coming out of mall. Mom was pissed.
I ain't gonna lie. What you just described is how I grew up just learning how to drive.
Wait,
Like
what?
anticipating like 2 moves ahead what somebody might do in the road.
chess?
Yeah, literally.
Yes, like literally like,
Yeah.
okay, he's turning over right. He's getting in the right lane. All right. Now, I don't know if he sees me. So let me just slow down a bit. Let me get behind him so he can see that I'm moving around and somebody's right behind him.
To the point where I'll drive in a way where I'm rarely in your blind spot. Just in
Yes,
case
yeah.
you
Oh,
don't Just in case
Especially
you don't turn
on the
around
highways.
and check.
On the highways here, definitely.
Yeah.
Like if I'm sandwiched between 2 cars, I either speed up or slow down because there's nothing I could do except those 2 things.
Yeah.
Like I always optimize my situation. Like if you're going oddly slow, he might reverse. I don't know why. If you have a feeling he might reverse, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
It's not even that. He might just slam the brakes, or he clearly isn't paying attention. So then he might get into an accident. So let me slow up and get over into like 7 lanes off to the left because I don't need to be anywhere near around him when he fucks up.
I don't know. If I see like a BMW in general, because they're usually more reckless drivers. If I see like an aggressive driver, I feel comfortable. But when I see like a Toyota Sienna driving crazy,
Yes.
I didn't talk about this on the pod. I FaceTimed you when I was there. It was my birthday. Did I say this on the pod? I was just driving, the car flipped. It was like an old,
Yeah.
It was like an old 2000 SUV, and the car was coming off the cut quick as shit. My brain immediately went, "There's a good chance this goes wrong." Then I saw the car lean like this, and I was like, "Oh shit! I hope everybody behind me is watching this shit," because I was the first car coming up, and it was coming off a wind, right? And then the car just began to spin out of control, and I've been through that spin. I already know, unless you have a very incredible vehicle, you're not catching yourself. So immediately I slammed my brakes and I moved all the way to the side. And you have to have faith when someone else is doing something retarded that they're gonna find a way to catch themselves. Because imagine if I just did some out of nowhere shit they didn't expect. They might have hit me trying to move out of my way.
Yeah.
So he was all the
definitely.
way on my side. And I immediately slammed my brakes, stopped. The Ford F-150 behind me was about to crush me. I have to remind myself that my brakes are incredible and not everyone's brakes are performance brakes. Ford F-150 had to jump on the sidewalk to get out the way from me. And then the car began to flip. And it almost landed in a ditch so deep she would have been dead. But she just so happened to land at the very top of the ditch, got her dog out, all kind of shit. And I was like, just off a turn, there was nothing happening. She's just going way too fast, turning in an old ass vehicle.
Yeah, body roll, you're not turning that fast.
It's like I just had to look out for that, and that happens consistently.
No, like I think I've witnessed like 2 other car crashes like since I've been here. Just
Bro.
it's not like we leave
the intersection right here, the highway closest to our house. That is like their favorite spot. That or the plaza on the other side right here. Every moment they always get into accidents at the intersection of that plaza. I don't know what it is, bro. But Atlanta.
We were driving, and then we saw that place. The lady, she was literally. I don't know. I'm being dead ass. I don't know how she did this, but she was turning right, but in the opposite. You know when you like exiting out of a place and there's a street lights.
Yeah.
And
like out of like a plaza for like a
exactly. And like this is the going in.
Had to get the.
No, I'm saying like
and there was a massive island to separate where you're supposed to enter and where you're supposed to exit.
This is going in and this is exiting out.
Yeah.
Somehow she turned this way and hit somebody. So not only did she hit somebody, but she literally.
Oh my god.
She didn't even recognize like there's somebody in front of me, so I need to stop. She just kept going and still hit somebody. But not only that, a right turn.
Actually hilarious.
A right turn is normally like 9 times out of 10. There's not only a lane for you to make a right turn, but it's normally a tight turn. So for her to go that wide on a right turn and hit somebody in the other lane,
she was like on her phone and then just like didn't. I don't know.
Yeah,
but you're retarded.
No,
yeah.
she like it's retarded. Actually like the person that hit me just like. I was literally just driving straight. He's like, okay, I'm gonna turn left right now. And just
well, he's like, this is the time.
like no, and there was no cars within the vicinity of me. Like no cars in front of me, no cars behind me. So it's like he had any other time to turn.
I ain't gonna lie though, I almost hit somebody though. That ass.
Yo, this is what I think they should do. This is how you sell. Probably we're gonna have to get to that. This is how they sell the problem. You just like Toronto, you have to legally fix what's broken in your car before you continue driving.
Wait, you don't have. Oh yeah, you don't have to do that.
No, you could have no bumper. You could have a fucked up hood. Your underbody's scraping off, and nobody cares. Cops won't stop you. In Toronto, you have to. So you know you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to fix your problem, unless you just don't get an app. People are gonna be way more cautious.
Yeah,
they're gonna start looking at blind spots, and they start double checking before they switch lanes.
You know what I mean? Care. Yeah, the car that hit me was pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie. Also, like,
yes, do not fuck with really shitty cars, especially when you get your Tesla, because I'm telling you, they don't have shit to lose. They want to get that insurance money. I was driving back from an AMP. Let me say that. I was driving back from an AMP shoot with Phantom, right? There was this bust up Malibu, and this old white guy was in it. And I was in the left lane going like 10 over, right? But for some reason, he was he was super speeding like a motherfucker. He was going 110, 120, right? And I knew he was eventually going to do an accident, but he was trying to cut me off. But every time he wanted to, there was a truck in his lane, stopped him, so he had to stop. And he was getting visibly furious with me.
He was like 60 years old?
Yes, and he was tailgating the shit out of me, everything. And I was like, yo, what's good with him? But I have too much to lose. I know he wants the insurance money. So I just stayed there.
He's trying to get that
Eventually, when he
money.
passed me, he went, yeah. And then he got in front of me and brake checked me a couple times. Yo, he must have been on something, bro. It made no sense what he was doing, man.
Yeah, dude.
That shit was wild.
The thing that's like wild here that you told me that they have in Canada is, so like, you know, I'm shopping for car insurance and I'm an 18-year-old male. So worst case scenario.
Worst.
So, you know, you have to shop around a lot because the rate, like Geico quoted me like $1,200 a month.
Geico blessed me with a rate.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's what you can do. You can change your like
cap a little bit in them. No, that's besides
email.
fine. No, not that.
Anyway,
I guess whatever you identify as, Peter.
Exactly. It's Atlanta, bro.
They're gonna get your ID. Stop. He said it's Atlanta.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy on the IG.
Nah, but so you can. I guess it's just all the USA. You can change like how much you have covered on like liability. So you could basically have like no car insurance. Like you could have it like be like $50,000. But the average new car is like $50,000.
My Land Rover, I don't think there's anything protecting it, but it's legal. That is they're so cautious in Toronto. The least you can get for insurance is $1 million liability. Here you can get like $25,000.
You can
and legally drive.
So for example, if
you have to own your car though.
Okay, but if somebody had like 50,000 and they killed somebody, they're gonna.
Yeah, you're going bankrupt. You can't.
They're going bankrupt, and not only that. I mean, Not only that, the person who died or whatever, like they're not getting the money, are they? Because the insurance company.
The family would get the money.
No, I'm talking about if they don't have $1 million. Okay, say it's like they kill someone.
Well, they would sue the shit out of that person's. You always sue the person with more money, so they would sue the shit out of the insurance company, get as much as they can. But it's probably gonna be outstanding balance if you only cover $25K and you killed somebody.
Yeah,
first of all, you're probably going to prison. But before you go to prison, you're gonna have to pay a whole boatload. Like it's unbelievable that they let people get away with that.
But they're not getting their money, like he said. They're not getting.
Yeah, so like
they'll get as much as they can though.
But they're not getting the amount of money.
Yeah, they're not getting.
Oh, they probably won't. But that's not what they're going for in court. They just want to take as much as possible, which is probably enough to bankrupt the other person.
Yeah, but say the person just doesn't have money. Like
they have insurance though.
Yeah, but their insurance only covers $25,000.
Yeah.
So it's like
and
you kill someone. That's
getting.
the worst thing you can do. That's way more than 20. So like the person that hit, I don't
that
know
might
how
cover the funeral. That's it.
Exactly. So and it's wild how you can do that here because the person who hit me had a shitty car. I have
Is that
no
just an
idea.
Atlanta thing? In Detroit,
No,
what's
I
the
think
minimum?
you can do that. Oh, in Detroit, nobody has car insurance in Detroit.
Oh,
nobody
Jesus.
does.
All right.
And I'm actually nobody has car insurance in Detroit because it is just because a lot of people just don't care. But it's the most expensive. Michigan's the most expensive car insurance in the country because
why?
Because of Detroit, everybody steals cars.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody steals cars. So
tourism
it's like,
actually brings the price up too. In Niagara, where I grew up, the insurance price was kind of high in Niagara because tourists would come and crash.
Yeah, no, but literally, like Detroit is like the worst. But just the guy who hit me, the guy who hit me had a pretty shitty car.
New York was the worst. New York sounds like the place that'd be the worst with insurance.
Maybe I know Michigan's the worst for sure. Like it's terrible. But yeah, like the person who hit me had a shitty car. So I would not expect him to, you can legit like reduce your car insurance rate by like 70% by not doing that. So if he doesn't have a high enough like thing, taking his house, taking everything,
you had to take his assets, bro. No cap.
Take until he goes bankrupt.
That's a meme I've been starting low. Anytime someone does something a little too reckless and it involves me, I'm like, yeah, be careful. I might just have to take your house, man.
How do you not know about this?
I know. Yeah,
I might just have to take your house, bro. Be very careful how you move about, man. Hey, Willie, we're talking about taking homes.
Yeah,
that's fine. You was threatening to take those homes. We gotta do an ad.
They can't hear you, Willie.
That's fine.
Why are you doing this right now?
Repeat after me. Try the app out on full screen.
Try the app out on full screen.
That's it.
Hope I got paid for that.
Oh my god.
What was I about to say? All right, but because we just talked about car insurance way too long.
Yeah,
that's a passion of mine.
So because we already a minute, hour 45. I know you don't like to get 2 hours.
Yeah, I really don't, bro.
What was the moment that you knew that you wanted to like just do YouTube like full time?
I'm switching up.
He found a shorty in Atlanta and he came through crazy. That's a real story, right?
Hey, what?
Talking about you.
Not at all.
Oh, he's good at acting. Okay.
What?
Okay,
Not at all.
Okay. I'm talking about when did you want to do YouTube? Because I'm pretty sure you made that switch.
Oh, I thought you moved down to Atlanta.
No. You made that switch before you moved down to Atlanta. So
what in terms of what switching?
You've been doing YouTube since time.
Yeah. Well,
like what committed you to like start doing YouTube?
Well, just to start. Okay, so I literally sat in my room one day. I was like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber now. So this is like 2K16.
Who are you watching?
Like what do you mean?
You just decided that shit by yourself?
Oh, and you know what's wild? I actually didn't want to talk about this. So when I first started YouTube, it was like 2K16. This dude was doing my GM videos, right? He had like, I don't know, like 20, 30K.
Gang.
So I had like 0 subs. And like, he had this series that was like, he would just talk about like YouTube stuff.
I remember that actually, yeah.
So like, and I would watch his videos and he'll be like, man, the first 100 subs is going to be the hardest, but then after that, your next 100 subs is going to be easier. Then you're going to get to 1,000 and then it just grows exponentially this and I like watch and I'm like, he's dropping some gems.
Old agent was dropping gems.
In like 2K, it's wild to like think of it that way. But yeah, and like, well, I don't know. I started YouTube and I just fell in love with it. So at that point, like, okay, that's what I want to do. So that was like 2K16.
Saying I inspired you, man. Wow.
No, I'm talking about for this, like the sub thing or whatever.
Oh man, I'm an inspiration. Crazy.
So is there any other YouTubers you was watching at the time?
Oh, like 2K16. I mean, obviously like Smooth, Fredo, Kel, all the park people. I mean, honestly, like my GM people too. Because
How about anybody with acne?
No, in 60?
Yeah.
Davis?
I'm asking.
Davis was doing 16.
Everybody started in like yeah.
Oh,
or you just didn't watch him as videos.
I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. I didn't know who none of y'all were until I moved down here.
You knew me though.
I mean, of course, outside of you.
Yeah. So,
You're so stupid.
I don't know. I fell in love. I know I wanted to do 2K, but I didn't know exactly like what I wanted to do within it. So I was jumping all over the place, like my career, park, my team, like everything. And then I just fell in love with park and just kept doing that. I mean, I don't know at what point where I was like, I really want to make this like a career. Cause I kind of just did it cause it was really fun. Like I didn't make any money on like the first year or whatever I did it. I just didn't really care. But eventually
I waited a while before signing anything. I ain't monetized my shit till I got over like 800,000 views per month.
Really?
You didn't start monetizing?
None, yeah. Because remember, back in the day, unless you were with a network, you was getting bummed, just like booped. You were getting bopped.
That's not how it works now, though, right?
No.
No, it's not. But
I'm not with a network. I'm not with a network.
You don't do gaming videos. Technically, when you're recording another person's game, you don't have a license to do that commercially. Technically, that's their game. It's just in almost every situation, they stand to benefit greatly by you doing that, so they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I started falling in love with the park. 2K17, I like daily uploaded like the whole year. They're some shitters. Like compared to now, like the quality of video, just not like, you know how you did my gem, you just started the camera, sync, and then no cuts.
Those are bangers though, Peter.
In the thumbnail, exactly the
Yeah,
same.
Those are bangers.
Just change the numbers in it. Yeah, I know.
Why did you delete all your videos, bro? Those are gems.
They're private. Nah, the first 10 episodes are up, but I murked the rest of them.
Oh.
I had a theory about why I did that, algorithm shit.
Did it work?
No difference.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So then I don't know. It got to a point where like I don't know. Last year, well, I finished school early, not only because I hated it, but like I just wanted more time to do YouTube, and eventually it got to the point to where I could like move out because I was getting enough views or whatever. So like just the baseline of I could move out, I could do this and that. But I just honestly just kept going. Then that that glitch, depression.
Yeah, you went through it, bro.
So,
but I don't think there was like a one point where I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do like forever. I kind of started it, and like anything I do, I'm just gonna like try. So after like, and not just in terms of like try out, but to like actually pursue it and take it seriously. Mm-hmm. So after like however many, once I like kind of stuck to my park, and I started having people to run with consistently, stuff like that. I was just like, this is what I had so much fun doing it. Just play park, post com, put it up, just anything. I had so much fun doing that to where eventually I just like, it's pretty much what I'm still doing except for like live comms now. But videos have obviously, at least I hope, gotten better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Substantially, man.
Yeah. I think that's like, you guys have like one day where you're like, okay, I want to do this. I think it's just like you progressively like,
no, I had maybe not exactly specifically one day, but I do, and maybe just because mine's is more recent than y'all's. Like I do have a vivid memory of like the day, and it was really just a check when I had like a really good month.
Oh,
and I was like, oh wow, okay, I could actually just do this. And to be honest with you, when I was living back home, I didn't even know what was like the amount of money that most people were making. So I was actually making more than the average person for a while. And I just thought in general people were making around $60,000-$70,000 a year. I just thought that was a normal thing.
YouTubers?
No, people. The average person. I didn't know the average person was making like $3,000 to $4,000 a month.
Even less than that. I think the average, like the household income is like $40K a year median.
Yeah, like
so that's household. So that's like
household
2 people.
income is 40?
40 or 50.
Yeah.
That's the average?
Yeah.
God,
but that's
damn.
like 2 people.
But I didn't know like an average like an individual person. Like if I wanted to go out and go live in an apartment or a house that was roughly around $1,000 to $1,200 a month, I would have to have made 3 times that a month.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't even accept you. So I didn't know like as long as I was making around $3,000 to $4,000 a month, I was fine. I waited until I was making around $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and then that's when I said. Then that's when I finally said that with my mom. I was like, I think I can actually like move out now. And then I finally told her that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you been could have moved out." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." And then as soon as I had that conversation, like 3 months later, like within a 3 month span, that's when I started making like 5 figures a month, and I was like, "Oh, so I can easily do this."
Yeah, I think I remember starting YouTube and I was like, okay, I have a plan. I'm just going to do this, go to college. As soon as I'm out of college, just give me my job. Because I couldn't think of any job I wanted to do except for that. So,
yeah.
I mean, I was 14, but it's like, you just didn't know what you want to do if I figured out something then I might as well just start doing that. But then I like hated school more and more throughout high school. That I was like, okay, I'm not, eventually turned into, okay, I don't want to go to college. And then it turned into, I just don't want to do senior year. And then it turned into, I'm only doing 5
Drop
semesters.
out.
Oh yeah, the college thing was real though, because when I was in college, it just dawned on me like I really actually don't want to do this. But I knew I was getting at a point in my life where I had to make a decision.
Yeah.
That's where it was at for me. And I remember I was just like in the bed, hyperventilating, chest bumping,
Really?
like mad hard, couldn't sleep that entire night because I was like, I have to make a life altering decision like sooner than later because I obviously can't live here for the rest of my life. So,
I think the fortunate thing for me was that because the number one, I guess, advice anybody would say if you're gonna start a YouTube is just to start it, because like since I started when I was like younger, I guess at least younger than you guys, like I was just sitting, like I was sitting in my parents' house and I just didn't have to worry about anything in terms of like money, I guess. Like in terms of like I just had like money sitting there. I just didn't have to like, I had options and I didn't have to like make this college decision or this and that, like on like the break, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, you just didn't have no responsibilities, and so you had more leeway of what you could.
Because if say like I actually didn't go to college, but I needed to get a job or something, that would just kind of take away from that, and but also have to pay the bills and this and that. I don't know if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, when you if I had to, and the sooner you make the decision to start YouTube, the better, because the longer you progress into your life, the more things are going to start coming up and the more decisions that you're going to have to make. And so instead of having to juggle school, a job, regular life stuff that people just go through as they get older, and then trying to introduce YouTube into that, you're better off just doing YouTube, and you don't have to worry about any bills. You don't have to worry about like a college or anything like that. You don't have to worry about another job. You don't even have to really worry about the amount of money you're making, because even if you have a bad month on YouTube when you're in high school, who cares? You're in high school. It's not that big of a deal.
And then now thinking, I literally got to the point to where that's what I wanted to do when I even had the option to not. Like I was 17. Like my parents obviously gonna like take care of me if they wanted, but I wanted to move out just because even though it'd be a lot more expensive, I just thought it'd be better for me and my career and stuff like that.
Word, and it has been.
Big facts. Big facts.
Like, what about you?
Moses Malone. No, not Moses Malone.
Moses
Glasses
Malone.
Malone. You know what Glasses Malone said? I've been balling since the 80s.
Okay.
You old man.
Okay. And Glasses said that shit. Yo, you forgot about Glasses Malone though? What you know about Glasses Malone, man? That's crazy.
Two things, and then we can have.
He had a banger called Haters. It's called Haters. It's a good song.
So,
listen to it.
Andre Karolinko's wife of Brooklyn Nets, Andre Karolinko, says he's allowed to cheat on her once a year.
That sounds like an incredible deal.
That's like women simping. It's like who would let somebody do that?
She probably cheated on him at some point.
Yes,
I'm
like
happy he brought up simping, because that'll be the next question.
ooh.
Here's
Wait, you see the time though?
Oh no! Oh no! We even have to.
Come on, get through what you're gonna say, bro. 'Cause we
no.
gotta-
Some of this
Hey,
cut
low
out,
No,
went
we'll
an
keep going.
hour and 55 minutes. Guys, I broke the record without asking a sexual related question.
Oh, we'll
an
get there.
hour and
We're getting-
55 minutes.
We're getting there, Pete.
Wait. You gotta wait for it, bro.
Oh no!
We're getting there, Pete. We're
Yeah.
getting there. We're
Oh
getting there.
no!
She said, what's forbidden is always desired, and athletes, particularly men, are suspiciously always attached to what they're offered. It's the same way with raising a child, which is so condescending. If you tell the child, no pizza, no pizza, no pizza, what does he want more than anything? Pizza. So,
Bro, like what? That's nothing.
that's actually very condescending.
Just like a child.
Yeah, just like a child.
Yeah, that's
That's how it
wild.
works.
She must have cheated at some point. That's why she's negotiating.
Yeah, and then
now.
of course she's got the. He's taking care of her, so he can't.
Oh, without a doubt.
So yeah, so that's really
He
the
can't
question.
jeopardize the relationship at that point. That's probably why he's taking care of her.
Exactly.
He probably
that's
saw
really the
he was
question.
looking at somebody
Hey,
else.
you know what we need? No, you know what we need to comment
wanted
on?
to lock it
I don't
down.
know if the last podcast was recorded before that. The Desiree tweet.
That was actually the same.
Oh.
So that's again, this all ties into the Desiree tweet. So on the Desiree tweet, if you're a woman,
Oh wait,
tell
them like what the tweet was.
we
they know. We did on the last podcast.
Oh okay, I didn't know if you guys.
But I'll just briefly say it. Desiree Mitchell, other YouTuber, that's what she is. Yeah, somebody on the internet claimed that women should be prized, and men shouldn't even think about the concept of dating until they have the ability to take care of a woman's bills and financial responsibilities, which is crazy, right?
Wow.
So
the dumbest shit I've ever.
If that's the case, shouldn't all women be like Andrei Karolinko's wife or girlfriend, whoever that was? Because by that logic, if you put yourself in a situation where a man is making all those decisions and you're relying on him financially, then why would you ever lose that? Why would you ever position yourself to lose that? Because once he's gone, it's going to take you a while to get back on your feet.
I think the point is that they're quote unquote supposed to be entitled to that. So they shouldn't have to keep looking so hard for someone else to take care of them. I think that's what the point she's trying to make. Like, just a typical relationship should be every man is just willing to like financially, like completely financially
Okay,
support.
that's fine. But if that's the case, then in that relationship, the man should just be able to do whatever he wants to do.
He can.
Because if he wants to cheat,
He has all the leverage.
Exactly, he has all the
Imagine
leverage.
being an NBA player. You would have to have a very special kind of woman with you where you wouldn't be the prize. Right?
Yeah.
She had to be, wow. She had to do it all, man. Like, be incredible, successful career, very caring, understandable. Because in most situations, what does she offer? Like, Karolinko's in the NBA. What is he from Russia?
Yeah,
one of the biggest players from Russia. Probably the biggest. Who else is from Russia? Like Mozgov? Nah, Karolinko's better.
Yeah, probably.
So she probably thinking like, oh man, she could see him like in the stands. Oh look, she like imagine that. With women cheering your name, and you know you can, but then you can't.
Yeah,
she beat that. This is actually the plot of a Black Mirror episode, which is really really good. That's not a joke. They actually is.
Honestly, from what I've seen, a lot of NBA players just marry like random models.
Nah,
even if they're models.
I
man
guess.
is still a prize. Is still the quote unquote prize in that situation.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I don't know what else.
Do they really? Marry models? Hold on.
I don't know if they're lying, but I see what he's saying.
Yeah,
what
like
Dwayne Wade has is
like
like perfect. No cap.
Yeah.
No cap. What Dwayne Wade got is perfect.
Big fact.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. That's very, it's such a bad tweet.
Very
Such a
bad
Well,
tweet.
it's not, yeah, it was.
What a bad take. And then she justified it by saying like, but I make six figures.
Oh, yeah, then
and
she
then
put
decided
that
to
out.
post
Oh,
that.
my
She
God.
posted her net worth as 1 to 5 million. And I guarantee you not a single person with money saw that and was like, yeah, you got that. You do not have that. Nobody thinks you had that kind of money.
Oh my God.
And the fact that you'd fake flex millions of dollars is fucking pathetic.
Sure. Like, I'm not trying to speak for her, but you have to be pretty insecure to do that.
It's not just insecure.
Pretty
You have
insecure.
to be pathetic
Yeah.
to pretend like you have millions you don't have.
Like that is, there's just so much to like have to break down in that whole like thread. It's just like so bad.
Think about it. She's
It's so
saying
bad.
women are the prize. They shouldn't have to pay for anything. The man should have to take care of that. But then she's saying, but I could take care of myself. Look at these millions I have.
And what did I tell you she was going to
I
do?
guarantee, I don't know if like she'd be the same kind of person to be like, oh, but like women, like they need to be independent, this and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it really contrasts
She probably
with that.
believes she's independent though, Peter.
No, she
wait.
probably,
Even though
no,
she's not.
Yeah.
What did I tell you she was going to do?
What do you say?
I said she was going to make a video off it, right?
Did she really?
Yes, she just did.
Oh, shit.
geez.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to react to that.
Second channel.
Yeah,
Second channel reaction.
Second
Matter of fact,
channel.
Let's wrap this up.
Wait.
My last
What?
question.
Okay.
Have you ever simped, Peter?
We talked about this.
Well, we on a pod now, so let's talk about it again.
Nah, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nah, hey. What did you say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was what I did?
Say it. You didn't even say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Nah, Pete, come on. You got to say
Yeah,
it.
say your simp story.
I'm not-
Say your
saying
simp
it,
story.
bro.
Every man who gets on here has to say their simp story.
man.
What's your simp story, Pete?
How do you look at me like you don't simp every day?
He does simp. He simps every day.
I don't even tell you what's going on.
I
So
saw
how would you know?
I saw Lo look at me like this, and then I saw him. I was like, wait, what is
Peter, I
you
know
can't
this strategy.
talk.
This
You
strategy is
can't
called
talk.
deflection, right?
No, I just was very surprised that you looked at me like that. Like
Peter, tell your simp story.
It wasn't that.
But just say it.
Nah, bro, don't.
We're the 2 hour mark, Pete. Come on, hurry.
Don't worry about it.
The
Don't
people
worry about
that's
it,
here
bro.
now, they want to hear
They
your simp
definitely
story.
deserve a simp
don't worry.
story.
Nah, bro,
They
don't
sat
worry.
through
Don't
it
worry
and heard
about
y'all
it.
talk about car insurance. Let's hear this. Let's hear the simp story.
Now it's a simp story.
The simp story. Let's hear that simp
Don't
story,
worry about
man.
it, bro. Don't worry
Why?
about
Is it embarrassing?
It's not
No,
even that
it's
bad.
not bad, but I just don't want to don't want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Do you talk to
Y'all
her?
are corny.
Do you talk to her?
What?
Do you talk to her?
Still?
Is she in Atlanta?
No.
Oh, she's in Detroit?
Who cares?
No, don't worry about it, bro.
Yo, she's in Detroit, bro. I guarantee you're not going back there.
I'm just not going back.
Yeah, literally.
So have you
fly
sent
your family out
but
here when you
you
want to see
sent
them?
before, right?
What?
You sent before, right?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what was that?
No, but have you sent?
I don't even know the story because he
You
told
were
it like
literally there.
No, you told it horribly, bro.
No, you just let. You know why he didn't hear it? Because
everybody
he
kept talking.
No. You know why he didn't hear it? Because he left.
No,
It was
yeah,
like,
you
I
did
sat
leave.
there. I sat there and tried to hear his
No,
story. You're
he
not
left.
Yeah, your storytelling is weak, my guy. It's very weak.
I just want to
Tell
hear
the
the
story.
simp story. I
No,
just hear it.
bro. Is it?
So, but you
Peter.
have sent
Wow.
before.
Have I? It was by your definition. Was that simping? You were like, no, that's not really simping.
I don't even remember
You
what he
literally
said.
said,
Peter,
nah, that's not really simping.
Have you sent before? Peter's a liar. I can't do it, bro. I can't.
Very
I
disappointed.
can't.
Very disappointed.
I can't. Why are you lying? That's the thing. If Duke said he simped, I've simped. You know, agent simped.
You say that like
no, but he doesn't say it.
You
He
said
doesn't
it like
say
a
it.
That's
I
not
know.
a simp.
Which is crazy. He still doesn't tell his simp story,
Like how many podcasts have you guys done?
and he still hasn't said his simp story.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
it's,
Peter,
it's because he's still his simp. What they call it? Simpsations. You're still dealing with your simpsations, yo.
No, I'm not.
Your simptations.
Simps-
Simptations. That's what.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like temptations, but he simps. So simptations.
Just not getting better.
Hey,
No, it's not. It's not.
it's getting
better.
worse.
It's getting worse.
How? Are you out of your mind?
We'll see what he does by the end of the month. But it's.
I'm gonna need the scouting report, bro.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna need the
his-
scouting report.
his-
Peter,
His simp
you
level's
managed
all
to
over
dodge the question, man. That makes me disappointed because we
Yeah.
had you on a guest here on this podcast. You know what I mean? But the same story is part of Peter's story.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
That had no impact on my life.
A lot of
Just
yeah.
didn't-
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Just not-
All your first simps, they definitely have impact.
No,
on your
but
life.
by your definition, that was not simping.
I don't even know if that was a full story or not.
No, that was the full story.
So just say the story.
No.
T.
Well, no, you don't even know my simp story.
What do you mean my sim story? There's
You don't
multiple
even-
stories
you don't
every
even,
week.
You don't even know that shit.
Nigga, I'm living it with you. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's different. It's not the same person. It's different.
Oh,
But the person you're simping
But
with.
no one's gonna know about that.
No,
See,
no,
that's the
no. But
difference.
the person I know you simp with was a simp. You've been simping.
Yo, cut it out, bro. Peter.
yo. Yeah, actually, are you gonna cut that out though? You gonna cut
No,
that
I'm not gonna cut it out.
Yo, so you're not gonna say your story for the people?
out? Nah, bro, don't worry about it. Maybe one day.
That's
Maybe
so
one day. Maybe one day.
unfortunate.
Maybe
That's
one
so
day.
unfortunate.
Man, that's crazy.
Hey, one day. One day.
Y'all see what happens, bro. I'm gonna ask everybody who comes on this podcast too. What's your simp story?
Okay, on some
Yo,
no troll
the
shit.
next
No, no,
guest
no.
probably gonna have a great
okay,
story.
okay.
I know you. Gonna
Okay, Davis may never be coming on, but out of everybody, he has said the least about
He
anything.
doesn't talk to women at all.
And that's the reason why, he doesn't talk to women. He's afraid to talk to women, and that's why we won't have him on the podcast. Everybody keep asking, why don't you have Days on the podcast? Because he's afraid to even say anything.
No, I'm just
But
saying,
B,
like, if
more
you should be
importantly-
asking anybody, it should be Davis first.
But he's not going to come on the podcast to answer that question. And even when we ask him, in
Actually, I'm really
private,
asking anybody. It's Din because he's on the podcast every time.
yeah,
he's not
but
gonna answer
I'm thinking.
that.
I'm thinking long term. We gotta have content long term.
and see, that's the shit that just irritates me. Y'all just won't even say y'all simp stories, bro. Just say your simp stories.
Oh, I can't do it right now. The podcast is already 2 hours long.
Oh no, bro.
My sim story is
You might just
deep.
have to
I'm not
cut it
gonna lie.
off right
And
at
you
2
don't know
hours.
Y'all are corny, bro.
I'm gonna tell you a filtered down version of my story one day, one of these days.
One of
But-
these days.
But Peter, I think he's gonna keep his story tucked. You know what I mean?
And it's not even that bad, which is crazy.
But it's
Yeah,
not
it doesn't.
simping.
So
it's not- so it's not a simp story.
Let's let the crowd, let's let the audience,
The
let's let
crowd.
let's let the audience decide what simping is and what isn't.
Nah,
Exactly.
nah.
So you can wrap it up, man. Since Peter,
Yeah.
he
Hey,
ain't
if you
say
guys
simp
are
story.
new to the podcast, well, wow, I don't know how you made it this far, but welcome, man. Subscribe to the channel. Drop on post notifications. Make sure to go.
No, the gang.
Hey,
Okay,
Pete know
okay.
it. Pete
Okay.
know it.
Hey, Spotify listeners, Stitcher listeners, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, man. Thanks for showing love. If you're Apple Podcasts, make sure to drop a 5-star, man. Peter, I'm glad you're in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I'm happy you moved down here. So I'm
Really?
yeah, I'm happy that because
Thank you.
even though I didn't know none of y'all except for Agent before,
Like, who's this
everybody
fucker in
moved.
my house?
Yeah, I basically was
Legendary,
like that.
the one and only.
Yeah, I was. But I'm happy everybody did. Well, not everybody, but more people moved around, and y'all cool. More and more, I'm starting to get to know y'all. Y'all some cool, the youngins out here. Trying to get your bag.
Like, how old are you?
You got like 3 years
I'm-
on me.
I'm
He's
7.
talking though. Oh, that's
Din is 6 years older than me. So,
Yeah, I'm older than Den, so yeah.
by like 2 or 3 years, by the way.
actually,
I'm 70. I already said this.
Oh yeah, he's 70 for sure.
Like me and Duke are about the same age.
Duke is 70.
68.
You could dunk at 68. That's impressive.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Backflips and everything.
Yeah, unbelievable.
68.
Wow. What a
So yeah,
specimen.
like you and Davis are definitely y'all the youngest. Yeah, youngest.
That dope. Hey, thank you guys for listening to the podcast, though, man. We're gonna catch you guys. Remember, these drop every Monday and Thursday at an unpredictable time in the day, depending on
You
how
actually drop
Will's
them every
feeling.
Monday and Thursday? I feel like.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we do it.
One day you just didn't upload for like a whole week on the podcast.
No, we would never do
The
that.
audio exclusive.
We dropped the audio exclusive, man. Yes, sir.
That's the only one that we've missed. But yeah, no, we've dropped every Monday and Thursday.
It's a banger. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna catch.